Again! Welcome to another show. Chat, how we doing? Like, chat, is this one of those moments we gotta say, I told you so? Well, I mean, I told y'all so. I told you. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot we gotta dive into this because there's a lot to discuss, okay? But you gotta understand something, okay? We knew the signs were coming. Okay, this is what happens when you guys choose to live in a bubble online rather than paying attention to the real world and what the real world is trying to tell you. Times are changing. We can never go back into that box, okay? All right, the 50s, the 30s, the way things used to be, what man ought to be like or woman ought to be like, that is done. Okay, we are never going back. I mean, everyone else got that message except for these pill poppers, unfortunately. Well, they're going to learn the hard way, okay? Because now, you know, they're starting to notice a bunch of things, right? They're starting to notice that there's a absolutely serious weight coming down on their necks. I mean, to basically, you know, dilute and disperse their channels, right? To pretty much get them out of here. It's at that's where we're at right now. Okay, so what the manosphere has slowly starting to realize is that they're being targeted, but not just by your average, you know, feminist agency. No, your average feminist agency with some serious backing that wants to see the red pill or the entire manosphere destroyed. Okay, that's who you're dealing with right now. It's actually pretty bad. So now here's the thing: this stuff has been out there for a while. I mean, these groups, particularly this agency, they've been out there for about a couple of years, I think. I mean, they've only started to be noticed by the red pill and the manosphere recently, but even last year they've been doing these reports, and Pearl was a big target of theirs, right? And once we saw that Pearl report, we immediately knew the rest of the manosphere, they're following suit. Every single one of y'all were following suit. The moment we saw that report and what their attention was, okay, we knew it was over with. But here's the thing, chat, we can sit here and scream, oh yeah, stop doing what you're doing, or at least heed criticisms, or you guys are gonna go bye-bye. Nope. They don't listen because they want to sit there and say, no, you're just hating, you're just clout chasing. But now all of a sudden they're starting to realize, holy shit, this agency is a real thing, and they're attacking us, right? Like, these guys are now freaking out. Yes, folks, these agencies I'm talking about, it's called the diverting hating. That's right. Diverting hate. You got to divert the hate. Okay. So Divert Hating is a feminist organization that basically spurred out of seemingly nowhere. Okay. But they've got some serious backing. And we'll get into that in just a second here. But this particular organization has a huge vendetta against the manosphere, particularly what they consider as the top 11 candidates of what they would consider leadership roles in the manosphere / red pill adjacent arenas, right? So they're making it their life's mission to basically destroy these people's channels. Now, one thing that you guys got to understand, you know how these red pill channels, some of them, like, they start out great and then they have seemingly these high numbers of subscribers, but then when you go to their actual channels, you don't see their views matching. Well, now the red pillars are starting to understand exactly why that is, okay? And here's the thing. This has been a long time coming. We've been telling you guys for a while now. It's because of your rhetoric and how extreme you guys had to go, right? Think about it. When the red pill was starting out, they didn't go this extreme with the rhetoric, their language, and how they talked about women. All right. It was even more focused on the men than it was on the women, like self-development and things like that. But I don't know what somehow with the Tate era, I know it pisses off Rolo, because he doesn't like it when people talk about the red pill starting from Andrew Tate. Bro, don't worry about it, okay? But Tate really took it that far, and he destroyed everything. Tate, Fresh and Fit, those guys, right? They basically transformed the red pill to be all about essentially women bashing. White women bashing, women shaming, women over sexualizing, things like that, right? And for a while, they didn't care, right? They didn't care about the rhetoric. They didn't care how crazy it was. Matter of fact, they wore it as a badge of honor if they got canceled, right? That was a badge of honor to them. They would even brag about it on their shows. They would say, hey, listen, you know you're onto something if you're getting canceled, right? Hey, hooray, right? One of their buddies out here getting demonetized, getting canceled, and the rest of those losers, they're clapping for it like idiots, right? Oh, congratulations. Now you broke like us, right? But at least it's a badge of honor because, we're fighting the Matrix. We're fighting the Matrix. And y'all going broke. How does that working out for you? All right, you know how the opposite is go broke? Apparently, if you're fighting the Matrix, you can also go broke from that, because you could ask these red pill channels what's about to happen to them. But yes, we've been telling you guys, these extreme rhetorics you're saying and the talking points, it's not really going to help you in the long run, because you're going to piss people off. And oftentimes, you're going to piss off the wrong people. Now, here's the thing. The one other thing we got to talk about is the antics, right? Because we want to talk about the Abba and Preach beef versus Fresh and Fit, right? The antics is what I'm talking about, where these guys will literally dance around their studios like monkeys, okay, having their radicalized fans cheer and clap them on, right? And to them, they can just say it's just jokes. We're pushing the envelope on comedy because cancel culture has gotten way out of control, right? That's what they want to say. But to us, it's like, no, bro, you racist. This is racist. You're equating Preach to be a monkey. That's foul. I mean, he's an intelligent man. Show him the respect. They got way more subscribers than you, and it's not even just playing it off that. They're actually talented off of YouTube. Okay, outside of YouTube, they actually have clout. Like, and it's different from YouTube clout. Okay, they have real world clout. Even H3H3, you can ask him. He was shocked, right? When H3H3 was doing that video on him, he was like, hey, wait, is this nigga Preach a celebrity? What am I missing here? When did this happen? Like, no one knows. And you know what's great? They don't have to brag about it, right? And that's the difference. These pill poppers online, you notice they're the ones who were always opening their mouths, yapping it up, and beating their chest about how great they are. But somehow when you dig beneath the surface on a lot of these guys, you realize they're all just empty and fake. And it is what the fuck it is, right? But the antics is with Album Preach versus Fresh and Fit. You dance around like a monkey. You're putting on clown hoodies, all right? You're inviting insane guests like Nick Fuentes, of all people, all right? The guy that sits there and glorifies Hitler, Stalin, people who are mass murderers. Okay, the guy who forgets that he is half Italian and half Mexican, right? But somehow thinks he's white with some of the stuff he advocates for, right? You bring that guy on as a shock jock antic. Well, guess what happens, bro? People start watching. So now they're not only just seeing you guys with your female, feminist, anti-rhetoric nonsense you're putting out there with your red pill talking points, right? They're also coupling that with racism and Nazism, right? Because that's Nick Fuentes. That's the double whammy, right? So now they're looking at that and saying, okay, well, this group, hold up. We're looking at them. They hate women, clearly. I mean, look at the shit they're saying. Look at their talking points. And now they're hanging out with Nazis. Look at one of the main leaders over here who's got a KKK hoodie on, and he's doing Nazi salutes with a fucking neo-Nazi like Nick Fuentes. So now you got people in the real world. They're like, oh, shit, what's going on? And then you add in the extreme cult-like indoctrination these guys put in here, okay, with the phrases like 304s and all the stuff that they make up, right? And they don't make up 304s. It's been around, but they pretty much, adopted all of that stuff, right? All those different sayings to avoid, YouTube and the hammer that can come down, all of that stuff, right? That all feeds in to building a cult-like mentality, creating an us versus them mentality, right? And making sure that you have a whole bunch of imaging and rhetoric so extreme that it radicalizes these bases, right? They understand there's an us versus them mentality or dynamic going on. Well, guess what happens? Now these guys are amped up, ready to do whatever the fuck you want, right? They're amped up and ready. So now let's get this straight. You got a group of people who've been sitting there listening to extreme rhetoric, not just against women, but also against the society, right? So now we got people who not only hate women, but potentially the way they're talking about undermining and breaking through the matrix, the way the government sees it. Oh, y'all trying to undermine the rule of law? Is that what we're hearing? What is this matrix talk we're hearing, right? So you not only you have that, then you have the whole neo-Nazi and the extreme antics angle that you're bringing up there. And then they realize, holy shit, these guys are commanding an army of radicalized, not only young men, but military-aged men. And then all it takes is for one organization that wants it that bad to say, hey, look at all these other incels that maybe have nothing to do with the red pill, or some of them has something to do with the red pill, but that guy went on a killing spree. That other guy went on a killing spree. The other Elliot guy went on a killing spree, right? So, I mean, these guys, they all kind of at some point touched these pill poppers in some way, shape, or form, whether it's in forums or YouTube videos, Twitter spaces, whatever you want to name it. They must have come in contact with the red pill contact, and look what they went on to do. All it takes is one organization to look at all that, and then they go to the government. And then they say, hey, listen, Mr. Government, we're called the diverse hating or diversing hating nonprofit or non-government NGO, right? And what we're trying to do right now is we're trying to tell you that there's a big problem when it comes to, danger. And when it comes to men, radicalized men doing crazy things, okay? And we believe that they're coming from these channels here on YouTube or these spaces here, not just in America, but they are also tracking these people in Russia and some of these other countries too as well. These reports have been out there, okay? So now the government agency, in this case, Myron's old employer, they say, hey, you know what? This actually is pretty interesting. If you can figure something out here, we can make something work. We can put together a case, right? So they flip them $700,000. Oh, hello. Yes, they got $700,000. And the company's ran by this woman named Caitlin Tierney and Astrid Askingberger. Okay, it's out there. Just Google who runs, diversing hating, and their names are going to pop up. They are not shy about it at all. These feminists are not playing with these dudes. All right, they managed to secure a $700,000 bag from the government to go ahead and target these guys and make them lose subscribers and relevancy over time. I mean, this thing, you could call it a psyops if you want, but it's out there in the open. We can see this happening right now. They actually fucking did it. Now they're going after, like, for right now, we're seeing massive influencers in this space. Okay, some of them, they definitely deserve to be on that list, and some of them were just kind of like a few oddballs, or in this place you can say cornballs. And MTR, for example, right? Listen, although he listen, you like to deny it that you're not a red pillar, but don't act like you don't lean into that shit, MTR. All right, you're not gonna sit there and lie to us and pretend that you don't lean into the whole red pill shit, because you do, and that's why you got targeted and you got swept up. All right, MTR is on that list, folks. That's freaking right. They got him, okay, ladies and gentlemen. They got MTR, but I think it was like he basically was that stray that he caught, right? Because here's the thing: it's addition to the fact that he is leaning heavily into the red pill stuff. He can't deny it as much as he likes to stop on. All right, but the one thing that the reason why I think he's not as extreme as some of these other losers on the list is because, again, MTR, I think his biggest crime is just being a cornball, right? I mean, again, it's just corny, but he's not like being a huge dick or anything like that. He does say some like stuff that borders that line, but he doesn't cross that line. You can even look at his content, and you can tell, okay, this guy, it's corny as fuck, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? What is it? What's up, YouTube? y'all know when he do that shit? It's like, well, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Hey, calm the fuck down, all right? I just woke up. Relax. Y'all know what I mean? What's up, YouTube? Like, hey, chill out, bro. It's too early for that shit. But you know what I mean, right? Other than that, like, some of this shit is, aside from like heavily leaning into the content, right? I don't think he really belongs on this list. It's just because he doesn't do it to the same degree a lot of these other guys do. Although one thing he can't deny is that he's been rubbing knuckles with a lot of these guys. All right, I mean, let's just be real. You can deny it all you want, bro, but we got you in 4K. You over here shaking hands and playing patty cakes with a lot of these pill poppers, right? You out here casually defending these guys, giving them a pass and talking about the same content they talk about. Of course, all it takes is for one video for them to interpret it a different way, and you're on the list. And not only that, chat, another big reason why I realized that MTR is on this list is because of Just Pearly Things. Not just Pearly Things. Nick Fuentes collab with Just Pearly Things. And how, you guys remember, MTR was the split end of that. He left Just Pearly Things after the Nick Fuentes thing. And he did that because his fans warned him about the interview she ended up having with Nick Fuentes shortly after MTR left her studio in the UK. So they just split apart. So again, anybody who's caught underneath that Pearl umbrella or that Pearl, web of, you're fucked if you listen to any of these people, okay, you're going to get swept up in their spray. Okay, this is what I'm saying. You got to be careful of who you're dealing with here, because you never know who's watching them. So I think the mistake that MTR had was ever really just being around Pearl and leaning too far into this red pill shit. Although he says he's not red pill, bro. I mean, come on, dog. We can just look at your content. All right, come on. What's up, YouTube? We can look at your shit, nigga. All your thumbnails and shit. You know exactly what you're doing. So they can just look at you, Pearl, Nick Fuentes. They can look at your page, one glance, and they can say, yeah, put him on the list. Yeah, yeah, just put him on the list. Yeah, add him to it. Yeah, how many subs he got? Over 700,000. Yeah, put his ass on the list too. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the stuff that they even got on MTR is not even accurate. Okay, and we'll play a little bit of video of MTR pretty much breaking that down, and I agree with him, right? Because they I don't know, like, wait, you pay somebody $700,000 and they can't even get the facts straight. Hey, give me that money. I'll expose all these niggas right now. Give me that money. Hey, give me $700,000. Watch all these dudes get up out of here playing with me, y'all. How y'all get the information wrong? Okay, so again, it just goes to show you that some of this stuff you really gotta you gotta really look into it. But they do get it gets debunked a little bit. But before we get into the the report, because I got the report, we're gonna break it down. Okay, before we go into that, I have just one pressing question, okay, and it's very pressing, chat. All right, because I don't know what sense to make of it. Okay, now I get it, right? There's some certain things that would be a bit of a stretch to try to pull this stuff together, and I'm not afraid to admit that we're just speculating right now. But the question is, why is Myron's old employer paying a feminist organization big bucks to expose his new employer, YouTube and the Redpill? And now, guys, I mean, you're saying, Duke, come on, that's a stretch. I did say that. I did say it's a bit of a stretch, right? It is, because again, Myron, he probably wasn't high on the totem pole. He wasn't, okay. And the Homeland Security, it's a big organization. All right, it's too big. So that decision to give this organization $700,000, that's got to come above his pay grade, okay. So yeah, I agree with that. But Fresh and Fit, their Clips channel made it on the list. So I got to think. I got to say, okay, what? And you know what? Their main channel would have made it on the list, but it got them partnered just before they did their report, right? So I just got to ask the question, Myron. Again, it's just we just asking questions here. How did you really get fired? Or did you really get fired? I mean, I know your employers told you to choose YouTube or working at Homeland Security as a special agent. But I mean, why did you leave? All right, and why did you leave only to end up back on their radar? I mean, again, some of y'all might be thinking, Duke, it's a far stretch. Shut up. What are you talking about? It didn't make any sense. Okay, fine. You got me there. I just got questions. That's all it is. Come on. It don't smell fishy to you. Y'all don't smell. I'm fucking with y'all. I am. But hey, maybe this is something for the Fresh and Fit fans to bite on. I'm just speculating. I just throw some things out there. You just got to know. So let's get to this organization, okay? So diverting hate. I'm gonna mess this shit up. Okay, so diverting hate. This is the website. First of all, if y'all getting $700,000, you can at least do a better website than this, okay? So the report, the 2024 report that was out there, it's incredibly difficult to find. But you gotta do all this shit, fill this shit out, subscribe to it, and then go get the report and go from there. But it's very convoluted. But there's really not much to it, right? You can look at their mission statement, what they're all about, right? So they're a very strong feminist organization that has strong beliefs, okay? And it leads, before we even get into the report, it leads me to my main point. And this is the most important point, because this is something I've been talking about this entire time with these pill poppers, right? This is why feminists are winning. It's shit like this right here. This is why they're winning. Okay, while you motherfuckers are sitting here crying about women, talking about the open ovulation cycles on YouTube, okay, these feminists are out there actually doing work to fuck y'all. So now you're online crying because y'all getting exposed, all right? But this is what I've been telling y'all. Okay, you've been sitting here online. You got a bunch of following. You got a bunch of men who are down. Some of them with all sorts of backgrounds, attorneys, finance managers, all over the place, right? People and resources you can use to advance your agenda. But what do you guys do? You squander the money on yourselves. You're disorganized. You don't know how to lead. You don't get shit done. You're dysfunctional as fuck. You sit there and whine all fucking day online while the feminists are out there actually putting in work. How many times have I sat there and said, go hire a lobbying firm. Go start talking to local politicians. Go start doing stuff in the public. But you can sit there on your TikTok accounts or YouTube accounts clowning these TikTok videos all goddamn day. But there's serious weight behind what these women are doing, okay? So y'all might say, oh, these feminists are radical, they're extreme. So are y'all. But they are organized. Way more organized than the men out here. So organized, they can get the Homeland Security to give them $700,000 to investigate and put away every single one of y'all, not in jail, but your channels, right? Because that's essentially what they're doing. Where are your real world projects to do that? Y'all have been around for how long, Rolo? Rolo, huh? How long y'all been around? What have you done? So while y'all crying about women, they're beating you. This is the shit I'm talking about. Y'all sitting here crying online. Wake up. If you want power, take it. It's not the Matrix. There are programs out there that they're exploiting right now that the government was able to give them that money. Why aren't we doing the same? You guys recognize there's a problem. Why aren't you doing shit about it? So again, this is why I laugh at these clowns whenever they're clowning feminists and they're saying, oh, they're idiots. They're idiots. Idiots got $700,000 from the government and they're fucking with y'all with the backing of the state. And you guys are sitting here online crying now. The moment y'all realize you're on the hit list, the roaches are scattering. They're, oh, wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Now, every channel that got caught on that top 11 list, they're over here doing videos. See, they're doing videos about themselves. See, look, they're saying it's this reason I got caught, but I never did that. No, officer, it's not true. Why y'all crying now? Okay, you want power, go fucking take it. These women, you want to sit there and clown them all day. Okay, you want to say they're emotional, fine. You got me there, all right? But at least they know what the fuck they're doing. They know how to organize. Y'all niggas have been online for how long? You can't organize what the damn to actually move your agenda across. And you're sitting here crying about why men are losing. This is exactly why men are losing. We're too damn selfish. We can't help each other win. We can't even organize. Y'all niggas can't even organize your scams. I mean, just think about this. I just had to get that out there because this is, now y'all are freaking out. This is prime proof of what I've been talking about. Stop talking online and actually go do something. Like, this is crazy because they're doing it. Look at this cheap-ass website. It's not difficult for y'all to do that. All the millions y'all been making, if y'all organized, y'all could have done way more for men. But instead, all those years, what have you done for men? Nothing. Nothing but a bunch of bullshit courses online and some scams. What else have you guys done? These women out here outdoing you. Wake up. If you want to fight and these guys are your enemies, look what they're doing and learn a thing or two. All right, stop being arrogant. They're smart. They know what they're fucking doing, bro. I mean, geez. Let's get into the article. So, diverting hate. This is the report that everybody's freaking out about. Now, I'm telling you guys, this is the 2024 report. There's been prior reports before this. I'm just actually as surprised as you guys are that they're shocked that these reports are out there. I'm not shocked. We saw this already. We've been telling y'all this was happening. No one listens. But yes, this is the recent one. And the reason why this one's picking up steam in the YouTube streets right now is because a lot of these Manister guys, they're finding themselves on the list. Last year, it was just Pearl. And there was a lot of reason why Pearl was on that list because of the Nick Fuentes controversy. But this year, there's a lot more people on that list, and there were a lot more things exposed about the tactics used to go ahead and reduce the relevancy of these particular channels, okay? So let's get into it. We're going to scroll down. I mean, there's a lot we're going to skip through, all right, because we're just going to get into the main part, all right? We know why they exist. There's a feminist organization. They're partnered with the Homeland Security. They actually proudly admit that on their website, and I'll show you guys what that looks like on their website, right? So if you go here, this part right here, it says this project. Let me zoom in real quick, chat. All right. If you guys can look at it, it says this project is funded by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security Center for Prevention Programs and Partnership. Opportunity number is right down here. Okay. So, yeah, they're actually funded by Homeland Security. It's not a joke. These guys are these feminists, if you want to call them that. They mean business. They're not playing with y'all. Okay. So back to the report. We're gonna go right. We're gonna start reading from right here. Okay. Male supremacy scale, a YouTube case study. All right. Together with the polarization and extremism research and innovation lab, aka Peril, at American University, we conducted a case study to investigate the viability of executing effective diversion campaigns aimed at a range of male supremacist YouTube influencers who are prominent within the manosphere. Male supremacy scale. The male supremacy scale was developed by Pasha Dashgard, the director of research at Peril, as a tool to understand, define, and quantify the phenomenon of the contemporary male supremacy, specifically in the context of online programs, employing a mixed methods research and ethnographic research, a key informant interview, a key informant interview. I wonder who the key informant is. Wait a minute, chat. Who is the key informant? Huh? Who's the rat? Who's the rat in these? Who's the key informant they're talking to? Huh? Hey, Myron, Officer Myron, who is the key informant? I just realized that, okay? Because they're talking to somebody. I wonder who the key informant is. And of course, they have a confidential informant. Of course, they have one. In these types of investigations, there's always a CI. Okay, there's always somebody who's a handler, and they're sitting there passing information along to these state-sponsored programs. There's always is, but I'll let you guys speculate in the chat who the key informant that got interviewed is. There's a mole in the red pill mix right now. I'm gonna tell you right. Oh, this is so exciting. This is so exciting, bro. I wonder who's the mole. All right, let's continue. And the scale design. Oh, let me zoom the fuck out. Hold up, right here. And the scale is designed to measure contemporary male supremacy. The result was a reliable and valid instrument for assessing contemporary male supremacy, known as the male supremacy scale. So many supremacies, okay? So you could tell they're trying to word this to mean something aggressive, okay? They're really coming at these red pillars, and y'all have no idea what's coming for y'all. The male supremacy scale is a 15-item scale to measure male supremacy broken into 3 subscales: anti-feminism, female dishonesty in relationships, and women like alphas. Oh, Rolo definitely on that list. With 5 items each. Anti-feminism explores how the participant feels about feminism and feminists in general, and more specifically, the role feminism has in society. Female dishonesty in relationship highlights the view that women are not able to be faithful in a relationship and are, by nature, dishonest. Women like alphas is based on hypergamy. Oh, they got Rolo. They got Rolo. Hey, that's him. Hey, Rolo, you're the one who brags about coining the term hypergamy, right? So there you go. Holy shit. All right. It says, and the values that men of the manosphere project onto women, and determines if the participant feels that women are only interested in high status masculine men. Utilizing a 7-point Likert scale, ranging from strongly disagree 1 point to strongly agree 7 points. The highest ranking on the male supremacy scale is 105. Okay. So what they're basically breaking down is they have a scale of the top channels that they've put together, and on this scale, out of 105, basically 105 being the worst possible person out there, and then 0 being you're basically a normal person, right? They're saying they've gathered a bunch of channels and fit them according to those scales. So let's see what's going to happen here, right? So here's the application part. So application of the male supremacy scale. The manifestation of the male supremacy online combines principles derived from a broad network of male supremacist websites, blogs, forums, and communities commonly referred to as the manosphere. Currently, online platforms face a binary choice when dealing with content that offers potential pathways to online radicalization. Either shut down the offending account or ignore it. Diverting hate offers a third option: to encourage lasting changes through platform infrastructure by instead exposing at-risk users to alternative positive content. Okay, you got to understand what that is saying right there. So essentially, they're saying instead of YouTube, you canceling these channels right out the bat, right? Or you ignoring these channels, let's actually figure out a way to make them lose money. And this actually makes sense because YouTube, instead of banning Fresh and Fit or straight up deleting their accounts like they would have done to any other content creator doing similar or wild shit like they've done, right? Instead, they got departnered. They got the money part taken away from them, right? So these organizations are basically saying, yeah, we'll do you one better. not only are you gonna, you can still have your monetization. That's fine. As a matter of fact, the monetization is what we're counting on, because every time you run an ad, it's going to be us. We're the ones paying for it, all right? And we're going to be paying for channels that are not yours. Matter of fact, they're probably the opposite of yours. And we're going to drive traffics to them. And we're going to do this by analyzing the demographic of people who are more likely to watch you guys and heavily target their ads of those particular channels to them to get them off of yours over on there, and thus you guys losing relevancy. Now, remember I talked about how a lot of these pill popping channels, they got high sub counts, but their views are low. You ever wondered why that was? Maybe this has something to do with it, right? Maybe those channels, the reason why their views sucks is because when ads are playing, they don't realize that there's a psyop being ran on them, funded by the government. There's a state-sponsored psyops going on to get their viewers to stop watching their content. Y'all remember when Queen Riches was crying because he couldn't get views? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Matter of fact, he kept asking the question, why is it that channels clowning me like him, right, get more views than his actual content? Maybe this was the reason. You ever thought about that, Queen Richards? You ever thought maybe this could be the reason? These organizations right here, maybe somebody saw your live stream that you did about black women just being ugly. Maybe somebody saw that, right? And they saw how you were just spineless and just weak to defend your other girlfriend against a racist like Nick Fuentes. Maybe somebody saw that and decided, put him on the list, right? Maybe he's not a top channel, but put his ass on the list. We don't know. What we do know is after your ass started working with Pearl, your views went like that. I mean, it could be these guys, but I'm just telling y'all right now, these feminists are organized. You could say they're radical. You could say they're crazy. I say they're organized, and y'all need to learn a thing or two if you want to succeed in this gender war you're fostering. Okay, so they said in order to test this methodology, we worked alongside DashGuard and the apparel team to implement the male supremacy scale and the test and test the efficiency of diversion campaigns against an amalgam of actors within the manosphere across the male supremacy scale spectrum. We began our assessment by identifying 11 prominent accounts that are recognized as influential figures within the manosphere. These accounts boast subscriber counts ranging from 110,000 to 1.84 million, highlighting their considerable impact. Following this, we conducted a detailed analysis of the top 10 videos from each account, scrutinizing the content in alignment with the male supremacy scale. By doing so, we were able to gain insights into the prevailing methodology, evaluated each video based on prevailing attitudes, into the prevailing attitudes and belief presented by these influential figures within the manosphere. We then I can't fucking say that word without my accent. Evaluated each video based on the designated criteria of the male supremacy scale, assigning scores that range from 65 to 93 in order to offer a quantitative measure of the extent to which the content aligns with the male supremacy attitudes. So this is the scale list right here. The scale has 15 items across 3 subscales, and here's the anti-feminism. So this is how they determine if your content is anti-feminism. All right. Feminism about hating men is number 1. Modern society prioritizes women over men. That's number 2. Feminists are unattractive. That's number 3. Number 4, women use feminism to gain unfair advantage over men. Number 5, feminists are seeking to control men. Matter of fact, just based off that top 5 alone, you can understand why MTR is on that list. MTR, this is what I'm saying. When you lean into this shit, all right, when you're leaning into this pill popping spaces, of course, people who watch your content, they'll know you're just a cornball. You're harmless. You're not gonna hurt nobody. Everybody knows that, right? But they don't know that. They look at your thumbnails. They watched maybe a minute of your recent videos. They probably saw you clowning, someone that you said was an escort, right? They probably saw you doing all these other things, reacting to Fresh and Fit videos and Pearl videos and you online with Pearl. They probably saw all these videos and said, you know what? Out of the top 5 for anti-feminism, he sure as hell fit the bill. So again, while you're sitting there crying on YouTube, this is why. You got to be careful, bro. Female dishonesty in relationships. This is the subsection, right? Number 6, if a man commits to a woman in a romantic relationship, she gets the upper hand. And they're talking about the belief structures right now. Number 7, in a relationship, women are less trustworthy than men. Number 8, men in romantic relationships need to be constantly on guard for cheating. Number 9, women have a biological drive to cheat on their partners. This is all red pill shit. Y'all, I don't know how y'all could be confused while y'all made it on the list. You can't be confused. All of this shit, I got channels popping into my mind right now of when you guys have talked about any one of this instance. Chat, as I'm reading off this list, put a channel, a red pill popping channel, that fits the description. Let me know right now, okay? Let me continue. Number 11. Number 10. You can't trust women to be faithful in relationships. Number 11. Women are biologically driven to seek out the highest status man possible. Number 12. Women cannot help being attracted to rich men. Oh, hello. That's going to get a lot of people. That's going to get a lot of people right there. All right. Number 13. Women cannot help but be attracted to those who are highest in status than they are. Number 15. Women are attracted to high status men. Summary of accounts. Okay. So I'm sure y'all already have a bunch of channels in mind just based off of these numbers I've read off the bat, right? So let's go into the summary. So in our study, we aim to capture a diverse spectrum of accounts within the manosphere, including representatives from MGTOW, PUA, MRA, MRM, Redpill, and TradCon communities. To ensure a well-rounded representation, we deliberately included both male and female perspectives, as well as individuals from various ethnic backgrounds. Our primary goal was to conduct targeted advertising campaigns across a spectrum of accounts to understand if diversion is most effective against account lower on the male supremacy scale. So they're basically saying that they started out running ads on accounts that ranked lower. So y'all were the initial guinea pigs. Or if it's achievable for accounts on the highest scale as well. We sought to have a range of mid to low, below 70 points, and high, above 70 points channel. However, not all accounts were eligible for campaign testing because they had been demonetized, okay? Keep that in mind because the list is about to come up here, okay? However, these accounts included Just Pearly Things, Fresh and Fit, Sandman, and Legion of Men. As of January 2024, there has been no official statement from YouTube expanding on why both Just Pearly Things and Fresh and Fit have been demonetized. YouTube hasn't given an official statement because they don't need to and they don't have to. But Fresh and Fit know, and Just Pearly Things absolutely knows why she's not getting repartnered, okay? And you should have seen it coming. You all should have seen it coming, okay? Let's continue. However, speculations from Business Insider and Adify, a YouTube video summarizing website, allege both creators were demonetized because of content they post on a frequent basis. In addition, Just Pearly Things demonetization comes from a string of controversial posts that she published on X. Ultimately, this impediment prevented us from creating campaigns for these particular accounts. Sandman and Legion of Men have also been demonetized on YouTube and are similar to Just Pearly Things. Fresh and Fit, YouTube has not come out. Similar to Just Pearly Things and Fresh and Fit, YouTube has not come out with an official statement as to why both channels were demonetized. Speculations from social media point to both channels being demonetized because they frequently violate YouTube's community guidelines, particularly the guidelines that pertain to hate speech and content that promotes the belittlement of women. Adherents of the aforementioned channels attribute the demonetization as an attack on the manosphere, and they attribute the demonetization as an attack on the manosphere and the various communities each YouTuber adheres to. It is clear that capital gain from on-platform advertisements does not hinder creators from still achieving capital gains through their influence. So this is a big thing here. So they're basically saying, hey, we tried running these campaigns. It still didn't work to a certain extent, right? Views and increasing virality drive users to these creators' websites where they have open license to sell and promote products such as supplements. Yo, that's hilarious. Imagine Fresh promoting a weight loss supplement. That's crazy. Apparel and educational courses. Yep, that's a fact. In the attention economy, all these creators need is eyeballs, right? They're right. Below shows the increase in subscribers from November 2023 to March 2024. The accounts highlighted in the red were demonetized by YouTube. So this is the scale right here, okay? This is the Homeland Security top 11 most wanted channels in these red pill streets right now, chat. Look at this, okay? We got Sandman rated as the highest on the male supremacy scale. I am not surprised, actually. I am not. For Sandman, it's not surprising that he's number one. What is surprising is MTR. That's what's shocking to me. Because, again, personally, I don't think he belongs on this list. But this is what I mean, MTR. This is your L. You got to hold this L, bro, because you like to pretend you're not red pill. I keep saying pretend. You are saying you're not red pill. I get it. I understand. Maybe your audience could believe you're not red pill, but clearly you lean heavily into it. When we even go back to their top 15 list over here, you hit every scale, okay? Now, why are you shocked? Right? I'm actually shocked for you, but why are you shocked? Right? So they got MTR over here. Legion of Men is number 3. Matter of fact, that's crazy. All right, he should be lower on the scale. And then you got the Rational Male. He's number 4. I bet you Rolo isn't gonna use this as a badge of honor of some sorts. Right? Who are we kidding? It's Rolo Tomasi. He's gonna brag about anything. Okay, but yes, he is a whopping 89. Okay, and then you got Fresh and Fit clips. Now, remember, there's an asterisk next to the clips, and the reason why the asterisk next to it is because that channel was monetized at the time they did their research, right? So here's the thing. Fresh and Fit's main channel could have actually been on this list, and if it was on this list, there's no doubt it would have probably been number 1 or number 2. No, actually, who am I kidding? They'll probably be number 2 next to Sandman. I'm just gonna be real. Sandman is just like on that scale, he's up there. Okay, he's way even. I mean, Fresh and Fit. You know, y'all do the racist shit and whatnot, but Sandman really fits the list. I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed number 1. But it just means that their main channel was departnered at the time, so they didn't make it on this list. So they could have actually outdone Rolo, right? Then we got Richard Cooper. And I'm not surprised about Richard Cooper. All right, this is the single mama I'ma marry in chief right here, okay? Dude got done marrying single mamas, got raked over the coals, realized that, you know, he could make money off of fools in a manosphere, and he did it. He's charging people $3,500 an hour. 35, somebody said it went up. Somebody said it went up. $3,500 an hour. For what? For what? What are you learning from this man, right? What are you learning from Richard Cooper, bro? This guy, I mean, whatever. It is what it is, okay? Just Pearly Things. I'm surprised she's not higher up on a list. Now, there's also an asterisk to her name, and it's because her channel currently is also departnered. Now, here's the thing. These guys should have seen the warning signs coming from a mile away, because you guys have been doing things that should have got you canceled. You didn't, okay? When you guys were getting your videos demonetized, we were telling y'all, this is a side. Y'all ignored it, right? And then you got departnered. Y'all try to appeal, and your appeal got denied on both ends. You should have seen this coming. So clearly, YouTube's getting information about y'all behind the scenes that there's a reason why you're not getting your monetization or your partnership back, right? So these are things you got to really pay attention to, because you can say, oh, you guys are just hating. You guys are just haters. That's what it is. You're hating on us. No, it's not hating, bro. We're just telling y'all, you keep this kind of nonsense up, you're going to piss off the wrong people who are more motivated to tag you, right? So let's continue here. We got Steph is cold. All right. And again, Steph is cold. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Listen, I think he's a good content creator, but if we're going according to this list right here, the anti-feminism list, yeah, Stephen Gold should definitely be on that list. Stephen Gold is the biggest one. He definitely on that list, right? He's, again, just like MTR, he leans heavily on the red pill, right? He claims he's not a pill popper. He does, but he heavily leans into the pill popping spaces. Okay. So again, they're not just targeting people who are in the space, they're targeting people who are leaning into the space. And by the way, if you think this is it, you're wrong. Because they're going to keep getting money and they're going to keep trying other methods to fuck with you. But I think you guys right now on the Red Pills page should take this as a warning call, a shot across the bow. Okay. Take that as a warning. Heed that, right? That these feminists that you're clowning online are actually putting their money and their activism where their mouth is. So instead of selling these fake courses that it's not going to work for some of these guys, selling these fake supplements in order to make a bag so you can go buy a Lamborghini Urus and flex on more people online, how about you actually put it towards some real shit, some real world activism? Because you guys can claim you're winning online and women are going to buy a dog, die alone. These women are organizing with the state. They went to Myron's old boss. They went to Myron's old daddy, and daddy gave him $700,000 to fuck with him. And guess what? Daddy's son is on the list. Look at him right here. Look at daddy's son on the list. They went to your old employer, Myron, and they flipped them $700K, and look where you ended up. Who's losing? Like, y'all think you're really winning out here. You're not. Okay, so if you want to win, play the exact same game they're playing. Stop talking online. We're tired of hearing y'all. Okay, these guys, they don't understand. All right. So what we're gonna get into now is the reason why a lot of these accounts were basically donezo, right? They're basically on the hit list. Okay. Now I think some of the synopsis that they give of the accounts, I think they were off base in their research. But I get it. It kind of makes sense, right? So like the Sandman, for example, it says a Sandman is a prominent white male MGTOW, men going their own way influencer hailing from Canada. What's with all these red pill people being from Canada? What's going on up there in Canada? What y'all smoking up there? What y'all doing? Y'all wilding out in these MGTOW spaces, bro. It says is known for creating original content presented through voiceovers, accompanying various images. He delves into a wide range of topics related to MGTOW, addressing them well before they gain mainstream attention. Sandman videos consistently score high in terms of effort and engagement. His content provides a comprehensive exploration of reasons why women might be perceived as primarily interested in high-status men. They're not wrong there. Additionally, Sandman discusses how he views feminists as a potential threat to society, offering his perspective on these complex subjects despite his foresight and early entry into the MGTOW movement and the Red Pill discussions. Sandman has maintained relevance and growth. In November of 2023, he has boasted 203,000 subscribers, and by March of 2024, his followership has increased to over 206,000 subscribers. This suggests a steady and continued interest in his content, underscoring his influence within the MGTOW community beyond. It's fairly accurate. Okay, now we go to the MTR, the real MTR, male supremacy scale metric of 92. Bro, you not even a red pill, and you scored a 92, bro. Hey, this is a big L for you. This is a big L for you, MTR. You gotta hold this one. All right, listen, because there are tons of channels out there. They lean into this shit, but they don't lean in as hard as you do. And you know it. Listen, MTR, you got to take this as a big wake-up call. Although you don't want, listen, if you're red pill just say you're red pill, right? Andrew Tate does this bullshit all the time. Oh, the red pill's weird. Red pill's for weirdos. And then they're saying red pill talking points. They're leaning heavily into the red pill because at the end of the day, they know that shit sells, right? I mean, not for long, but they know that shit sells. So listen, there's nothing wrong with going where the money is, MTR. If you're red pill, just say it. The thing is, when you're saying, oh, I'm not red pill, especially when you get called out, then when people look at your content and they say, I don't know, your talking points sounds exactly like a lot of these other dudes. I mean, even though your style and content isn't as crazy, your antics isn't as extreme, your rhetoric is similar, bro. You're rubbing elbows with some of the same people. I mean, just pearly things. Now, we know the people who have been covering these spaces and following these spaces, we know that, the just pearly things, that was a fluke for you. We understand that, right? They don't. They don't understand that. They don't know that shit at all. So to them, you're working with Pearl, you're working on, you can even tell by some of the outdated stuff they have in here. But it's true. If you're not about that red pill life, stop leaning into it. Hello. We're just being honest, MTR. That this is what you asked for. We're being honest. If you don't want to be labeled in this group, stop acting like it, okay? Stop dressing up and walking and talking and acting like a duck. And then when you get called out to be a duck, talking about, wait a minute, I'm not a duck, I'm a chicken. What are you talking about? I ain't no duck. That's them. That's them niggas over there. Sounds like that confidential informant. That might be you, nigga. We don't know. We don't know. Why are you here? It just doesn't make any sense. But let's continue. The real mediocre tutorials and reviews, MTR, is a black male content creator in his 30s, right? I think he's older than that. Well, he is in his 30s, but he's like in his isn't he like late 30s, mid to late 30s? I mean, he's a young looking brother. Don't get me wrong. The black don't crack. But I mean, they already got his age range. I mean, they kind of got it. But I think he might be 40, chat. I think MTR might be 40. Ain't he 40? How old is MTR? I think he's 40. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe they got that right. It says who engage in reaction videos to viral videos from clips on sports networks to celebrity news. His discussions mainly revolve around demeaning the subject in the video. Again, they're not wrong. We've seen, matter of fact, the most recent one, we've seen you talk shit about girls, right? Maybe not in this one that they're quoting here, but we've seen your rhetoric, right? And again, his shit talking isn't as crazy as some of the pill popping ones, right? They can get pretty bad, but he does echo the same talking points and perspective as these pill poppers. So this kind of makes sense, right? So he when he's talking about these women, he comes off condescending, right? So he says, the subject in the video, especially if it pertains to women, the real MTR attracts thousands of viewers via conflated titles, exaggerated thumbnails. They're not wrong on that. And above all, content that promotes the manosphere and demeans women. They're kind of not wrong. I mean, they're kind of not wrong. Again, where I think they're wrong, chat, is MTR is soft. He's too soft for this, okay? He's just catching strays. He's anybody here can know. You can look at him. You're like, okay, he's kind of funny, but he's corny, right? But he's not. He's harmless at the end. He's a teddy bear, all right? So I personally think he doesn't belong on this list. He's too soft for this list, okay? But they're not wrong in what they're saying his content does, right? At least in the synopsis they're giving thus far, right? Because you watch MTR, he kind of sounds like these dudes, bro. I mean, we're not even going to lie. Bruh. They got you. So let's continue. The real MTR advertises different social media platforms that aim to get viewers to his personal website. Now, this is why you got to be careful, MTR, because now they're looking at where you make money, not just YouTube, because they're already working on a strategy to take care of your YouTube account. You just found out about it a couple days ago. They've been at this for years already. They've been trying to take you out, okay? But now they're going after your website, where you make your money. This is why you guys need to be careful. Understand that Pandora isn't going back into that box, okay? Women aren't going back to 1942. They're not going back to 1931. They're not going back to any of these times where they were barefoot and pregnant and barely had any rights. That's not happening anymore. These feminists are not playing with y'all. And if you want to fight back, get organized or stop talking. That's it. But they're going after your personal website. He says, there it is, mtarmy.com. For example, which allows visitors to schedule personal consultations and join a newsletter. And Army, notice that. And Army, remember what I told you? One thing governments are scared of is a bunch of people online radicalizing a bunch of military-aged young men. So when they didn't listen, they put Army in quotations for a reason. Now I went through MTR's page just to see what the buzz is around there, and Lord and behold, there's a picture of him shooting a gun, right? Because he's got another channel where he's gonna be doing gun reviews now. MTR. What are you thinking, huh? Not only you got the Department of Homeland Security on your ass, do you want the ATF on your ass too? Huh? They're not playing with y'all. Listen, bro, I'm just saying, if they're highlighting Army in this report right here, I don't think it's a good idea, to start showing off, your guns on YouTube. I think we got to dial it back, figure out where these attacks are coming from, figure out who's the mole in the red pill space here, because that's what they said. There's a confidential informant. We just read it. All right, there's somebody feeding them information. So we got to figure out who the fuck that person is, right? Or persons. It could be more people, right? We don't know. Right? We got to ask the owners. But there's a reason why they're highlighting Army. This is the shit that gets more funding from the government. It's highlighting shit like this, right? So in November 2023, he had 638,000 subscribers on YouTube. In March 2024, at the time of writing, he had 682,000 subscribers. The 7% or 7.4% increase in subscribers suggests that the real MTR is able to attract viewers through his content and further advertising his following base as Army. Look at that. His content and further advertising his following base as an Army, further creating a brotherhood and influence in his community. This is what they're trying to do. Look how extreme they're making MTR sound. An army? This cornball can't lead an army. What you mean an army? They're trying to set you up, MTR. They're making you look more dangerous than you actually are. This is what they're doing. Y'all need to pay attention. All y'all leaning into this red pill shit. This is the plan they have for you. They're making MTR look like this this insane, crazy person who's leading a cult-like army of radicalized men against women. Yo, hey, they not playing fair with y'all. They not playing fair with y'all at all. I'm sorry, chat. I kind of laugh at this. This nigga can't lead an army. What the fuck are we talking about? Yo. But that's what they try to do. They want to make you sound dangerous. All right. They want to make you sound more dangerous than you actually are. So they're highlighting this army thing. Okay. MTR, this is how they get that $700,000 from the Homeland Security. All right. This is how they do it, by labeling you guys like radicalized cult people that basically probably have little militias. Right. And they're connecting y'all to Elliot Rodgers and all these other incel freaks that go about deleting people. You can understand the scare tactic here. Okay. So this is a lot. I don't know who. I don't want to focus on this guy. Fuck him. Then we got the rational male, Senora Rolo Tomasi. Okay, you're on this list, buddy. And you, congratulations. Can we get? Hey, chat. Can we give Rolo Tomasi a round of applause? Congratulations. All this time, Rolo, you've been seeking attention from people in this space, right? You've been crying about, why is Pearl getting all the shine? Why does Pearl get to be on Pierce Morgan? I'm better than Pearl. Why does Pearl get the debate with all these prominent red pill people? I don't get it, right? Well, congratulations. Here's your 15 minutes of fame here. You got it, okay? So now you and Pearl are on the same list. What do you know, right? So Raul Tomasi's analysis goes as follows. Okay, he gets an 89. I don't know. Listen, if you're a red pill person and you're not anywhere at least at a 90 or above, that means you got some estrogen in your content. That's the way I see it. You got some estrogen in your content. Okay, the rational male supremacy scale of 89 estrogen. Raul Tomasi, known as the rational male, is a white man in his 50s, almost 60 now. Rolo, when are you gonna hang up the beanie, huh? Well, it's almost that time. It's time. Listen, now you got the feds looking into you. I think it's time to hang up the beanie, bro. You could do way more. You could do way more without it, right? So Raul Tomasi, known as the rational male, is a white man in his 50s who resides in Nevada. Oh, damn. With his wife. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. They got the state you live in and you got your wife. You see what happens? You see what happens, Rolo? They didn't say that about MTR. They didn't even say that about this guy. But for you, Rolo, they say, hey, we know where the fuck you live. Oh, and guess what? We know you're married. We know your wife. This might be, hey, yo. Yo, Rolo. Hey, this is, I would take this as a threat. What do you mean you know where what do you mean we know I live? What do you mean you know my wife? What does this mean, right? I take that seriously personally, bro. I'm just telling you, all right? His content primarily features him seated and discussing various topics related to the manosphere. A prominent advocate of the red pill ideology, Tomasi distinguished himself by opposing tradcon influencers and extensively delving into concept of hypergamy. Ding, ding, ding. They got your ass, boy. Tomasi's videos often critique and scrutinize figures within the same community. Oh! I think we found the mole. I think we found the mole, chat. Oh, nigga, even they're saying you're a hater. I can't believe this. Listen to what this says. This says, Raul Tomasi's videos often critiques and scrutinize figures within the same community. So they're not even putting him on this list just because he criticizes feminism or he's against the little list they got going on up here, right? They're putting him on there because they're saying this nigga's a hater. This nigga is the ultimate hater. That's what they're saying. How is it that these feminists researching you, they're saying, hey, bro, why do you spend your time criticizing other red pill content creators? Yo, this is fucking hilarious. This is freaking hilarious. Rolo, you a hater, bro. Hold this L. I told y'all, he was the biggest fucking hater out here in this space. I've been told y'all that. Nobody listen. I'm the Godfather. I'm the Godfather. Why does Pearl get that interview and not me, huh? Why does she get the why does she get the attention from the Mount Walshes and all these different people? Why don't I get the attention? You a hater, Rolo. Then they're calling you out. They're saying most of your videos is talking shit about other red pillars. Hello. Oh, let's continue, bro. So much truth to this. So much fucking truth to this. Notable instances include criticisms of individuals like Jordan Peterson and Matt Walsh. Oh my goodness. You a hater, bro. Yo, Rolo, you a hater. He says, apart from his online presence, Tomasi has authored several books on intersexual relationships, solidifying his influence in the realm of the manosphere. His first blog began in 2011, and he's released his first book in 2013. His content, which heavily emphasizes red pill ideology and hypergamy, has garnered significant popularity. Despite his high standing in these aspects, his channel score is tempered by a lower ranking in female dishonesty due to a perceived lack of discussion on this particular subject. In terms of subscribers, Roll Tomasi experienced a modest growth on his channel. Oh, that's interesting. You're very modest. That's a nice way of saying slow. It's a slow growth for this nigga, but they're being nice about it, Rolo. He says, in November 2023, he had 218,000 subscribers, and by March 2024, his number increased to 221,000 subscribers. So what, about 3,000 subscribers? His consistent following suggests he sustained interest in his expertise on the red pill philosophy and intersexual dynamics within the manosphere. Now, here's what I find very interesting about this whole part when they're talking about Rolo. They never referred to him as the Godfather. That's got to be the most ego-bruising thing for Rolo right now. The fact that they never acknowledged him as the Godfather of the red pill space, right? Think about this. Think about this, chat. So let's move on to the next clowns. Fresh and Fit. All right, we got to talk about them. Fresh and Fit on the male supremacy scale of 88. That's crazy. And you would think Fresh and Fit, chat, will be higher on that scale, right? You would think Fresh and Fit would be higher, but they're only 88, meaning y'all got some estrogen in your content. And looking at how Myron behaves, all right, we see how Myron again. You start to understand why they're lower ranking, right? But let's continue. It says Fresh and Fit got a male supremacy scale metric of 88. The Fresh and Fit podcast clips are the clips that come from the Fresh and Fit podcast, which is hosted by Walter Weeks and Myron Gaines, a pair of Black content creators. The podcast has been known to have controversial influencers such as Andrew Tate and Nick Fuentes. Go figure. Additionally, the channel regularly hosts a panel of women where the commentators attempt to ask controversial questions and garner answers from these women to support the men's right and misogyny. Because of the misogynistic content that is glorified on the channel, the YouTube channel was banned in March 2022 because the channel violated YouTube's hate speech policy. While the channel was demonetized in August 2023, it continues to post video clips from their podcast. In November 2023, the channel has 654,000 subscribers. In March 2024, the channel has 714,000 subscribers. Ultimately, despite the controversial content promoted and glorified on the channel, individuals still find the channel appealing because of its projection that it is an anti-mainstream podcast that aims to cause drama and garner an argument from individuals on the podcast. Richard Cooper, the content creator of Entrepreneurs in Cars, as well as the channel Richard Cooper Clips and the Unplugged Alpha, is a middle-aged Canadian white man. Again, another Canadian. We got all these Canadians in here. Before his tenure on YouTube, Cooper was a self-described financial manager. His website boasts that he ran Canada's most successful private debt relief company. Early on, Cooper published a book titled The Unplugged Alpha, which promotes red pill content. Building on this book, Cooper then went on to create his YouTube channel where he advertises his book and sprinkle the content from it to his various videos. Cooper mainly makes content that urges viewers to consume the red pill and delve further into the manosphere by rejecting aspects of society, especially aspects of the nice guy. In November 2023, Cooper had the following subscribers on his channel, Entrepreneurs in Cars: 692,000 subscribers, Richard Cooper Clips, 242,000 subscribers, and Unplugged Alpha, 41,000 subscribers. The channels in March 2024 are at 708,000 subscribers and 257,000 subscribers and 45,000 subscribers respectively. Cooper's channel don't hold a dramatic increase in subscriber count compared to the other channels analyzed in this report, suggesting that even though his content is more tailored to the red pill ideology, he isn't able to attract as many individuals to the string of content he presents. Now, that is very interesting analysis here. Okay, I don't know. Last but not least, I want to get the stethoscope All right, but like the fact he hails from Detroit tells me everything I need to know. So we just gonna look at Pearl Davis real quick. Matter of fact, let's look at Pearl real quick. Just Pearl Thing is a channel run by a 28-year-old Hannah Pearl Davis from Chicago, Illinois, who creates anti-feminist content. Davis entrenches herself in conservatism and traditionalism views and refers to herself as the anti-feminist. Davis often describes herself as the female Andrew Tate and frequently flaunts embellished narratives in her videos. She has been known to draw inspiration from the likes of Ben Shapiro and Thomas Stilwell, okay, who are both popular in the far-right communities as of November 2023. Davis' YouTube channel was demonetized as of the time of writing this. There is no official statement from YouTube. However, speculation suggests that she was demonetized for statements she made on X regarding underage women. That's facts. The reason why Pearl was demonetized is because she said 16-year-olds were hotter than 26-year-olds. That's sick. You need help. All right, I don't like what the fuck? Like, what do you think you were doing with that statement? Like, who do you think you were trying to entice with that statement? Like, do you think? I mean, maybe these red pill dudes agree with you. I'm sure they do, right? Because they like them young, right? I mean, go look at the Fresh and Fit podcast talking about we want virgins. Okay, okay, all right. Listen. If you find you a virgin, fine, but. I'm telling you right now, those tend to be underaged. So I'm telling y'all right now, y'all coming out with these ideologies is why y'all surprised. Why y'all surprised that Pearl will come out there uttering the statements she uttered? Okay, I personally think these guys are cradle robbers, bro. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I personally think these guys, if they had to, they would do it. They would do it. Matter of fact, they would want to do it the way some of these guys talk about underage girls. Look at Nick Fuentes and the shit he says about underage people. All right, it's weird. These guys are weird. Andrew Tate, look what he says about underage girls. These guys are weird. Hell, Fresh and Fit, their platform, they promote underage drinking to underage girls. Not underage in terms of adult. They're adult, but you got to be 21 and up to drink. Some of these girls you see on the podcast, they're 18 years old, 19 years old. Why are they drinking? Some of them are 20. Why are they drinking? That's underage drinking right there, bro. It's all weird, right? So let's continue. Coupled with her refusal to take down a video on YouTube that featured minors without permission from their parents, despite her demonetization, Pro Davis continues to post on her YouTube channel. In November 2023, when she was demonetized and began to conduct an analysis of the channel, she had 1.8 million subscribers. In March 2024, she had 1.99 million subscribers and continues to garner thousands of views under her videos. Davies' controversial opinions and virtuous stance against feminism continue to attract adherents of Manosphere, and of the time being, she continues to post on YouTube and is most likely attempting to appeal her demonetization status. Yep, she did. It got denied. Steph is cold. You know what? Let's take a look at Steph is cold real quick. Listen, anybody from Detroit needs to be on this list. Anton. Hey, Anton. Yeah, you from Detroit too, huh? They got you crying over Six the Goddess over there. They got you on 4K. You a whole married man crying over Six the Goddess on camera. They got you, and you from Detroit. Hey, you should be on this list, my dude. Yo, he says Steph is Cold is from Detroit, is a content creator who focuses on discussions surrounding alpha, masculinity, and red pill ideology, offering dating advice and self-improvement tips. They're not wrong there, because that's what he does. He engages his audience through various content formats. Some videos feature him solely providing insights with accompanying visuals, while others showcase him in the frame. Additionally, he ventures out into the streets to test and demonstrate his theories. Steph is Cold is a proponent of the no-fap movement. These people are crazy. These no-fap guys are insane, okay? Don't they're like crackheads, okay? If you've never seen a crackhead before, don't fuck with a no-fap dude. I'm gonna tell you that right now, bro. But They said much of his content revolves around the red pill philosophy, offering advice on becoming more confident and successful in relationship. Notably, his overall score is affected by a lower ranking of anti-feminism. So he's not as crazy as these other pill poppers. That's the only reason why he has a lower score. Despite this, Stethoscope has maintained a substantial following. In November 2023, his account boasted 451,000 subscribers with a marginal increase of 456,000 by March of 2024. This suggests continued interest in his content, particularly his discussions on alpha masculinity, self-improvement, and red pill concepts. Okay, and you got Aaron Clary. We're not surprised why his ass is up here. I mean, look at this clown. Look at him. Now, of course, they got his ass in 4K over here. I'm not surprised. Araco TV. I'm not familiar with this person's content, but he's on here. All right. 21 Studios. I'm actually not surprised he's on here either. Okay, this one is not surprising to me. But looking at this here, you know, they're going through and they're getting y'all, right? They're even targeting. They got a section for passport bros. They got a section. Hey, passport bros, y'all not safe. Like, look at this. I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but we're going to go into MTR's reaction. I thought there was one more thing I wanted to show you here. There was one more thing I wanted to show you. Look at this. They got this all mapped out. Let's see. I think that's it. All right. No, right here. Right. So right here is what I want to talk about. Because this is where they're talking about how, you know, this hate online translates to violence offline, right? This is where they're really trying to tie it home to a lot of these guys to get more funding, right? Now, before I want to get into this, here's what I want to mention. Why isn't the red pill or the manosphere as a whole coming together, lobbying the government to get these grants from these organizations to talk about radical feminism? There are a lot, as they're writing out their list, right? These feminists are. I'm looking at all these other extremists on the feminism side that need to be called out, right? Why aren't our men coming together and putting another list together, petitioning the government and saying, hey, I know there's some radical males, but check out these radical females out there. Some of them are even saying abort all male childs, black male childs, right? How about we talk about that? Here's the thing. Y'all want to sit here and cry online. Oh, you see, it's the Matrix. Yeah, that's right. It's the Matrix. Do you see how they're not focused on the women? What about the crazy women out there? Why aren't they focused on the women? Why are they always focused on the men? It's because y'all not fighting. Y'all don't know how to fight. Y'all are weak. Men of today are weak. Even the ones projecting strength online, you're weak. You're weaklings. You're weak, feckless little bastards that run around and run away with the money you make off these idiots. That's what you are. You don't know how to fight in the real world. These women do. Where is our version of these reports? Why don't we as men have annual reports coming out sponsored by the state to be able to counter this narrative? Where are y'all at? Right? It's not that I agree with a lot of things that they're saying, because I think they're wrong on most things, right? But there's a clear agenda to take you guys out. Why aren't you guys fighting in the real world? Where's the fight from the men? Hey, all you incel pill poppers who've been following these bozos for years, ask them this question. Why aren't they protecting you against these women? Matter of fact, why can't they protect you? All that money you've invested with these platforms, why haven't they invested in anything to counter this? They don't even know how to fight for you offline. So I got to ask that question before we even get into this, because I hear some of these red pill channels are crying. Why don't they do channels to target the women? I agree. Why don't they do that? And by day, why aren't you guys doing that? All the money y'all are making, all the grift you guys have been grifting, why can't you at least do this? It's because for you guys, it's not real. For you guys, this is just a check. But to these feminists, to this activists, they're radicalized in a different way. While you're radicalizing men to be simps for you online, they're radicalizing their women to petition corporations and governments to put out research and implement actions to take you guys out. These women aren't playing with y'all. While y'all over here playing checkers, they're playing chess, 5D. So this, I hope it should be a wake-up call for these pill poppers. Maybe instead of spending most of your time online talking about women, you could put your heads together, organize like men, be the leaders you pretend to be, and go fight and counter the narrative. Because you guys are all they got. I ain't fighting. Nigga, I'm not here to clown. That's what we're here to clown. We're here to watch the whole thing crumble. That's what we're here for, right? But y'all the ones who are talking about saving men's lives. Here's your chance to save the lives of men, because they're not playing with y'all. All right, so this says, from hate online to violence offline, the manosphere unabashedly thrives on endorsement and glorification of violence. The propagation of threats permeates online forums, comment section, and posts, resulting in tangible real-world consequences. Particularly alarming is the romanticization and the promotion of violence against women. Within these online spaces, numerous perpetrators of mass violence events have drawn direct inspirations from extreme misogynistic ideologies acquired online. A decade ago, the most infamous of these events took place in Isla Vista, where Elliot Rodger became an incel deity in these online communities. In 2023, the third largest mass shooting within the U.S. was Allen, Texas. The shooter shared dozens of posts on his social media account celebrating the radical, misogynistic, anti-Semitic, and racist viewpoints in his personal journal and forum posts. He used language commonly found within local incel communities when describing his interactions with women. The role of online creators and the radical content that the mass shooter consumed cannot be understated. His worldview and personality had become shaped by the extremist content he found online. So they're linking you guys to radicals who actually kill people, right? So again, this is why y'all need to wake up. The FBI and law enforcement increased monitoring efforts surrounding online threats and radicalization, led to thwarting a would-be attack on college campus in the fall of 2023, right? So again, there's massive government resources falling into these programs or companies or NGOs that can develop programs to take care of this incel problem that the government is now recognizing it's a problem. So don't get mad at these feminists for finding a way to get money to destroy you. Is because the government genuinely sees a problem with incels. They're looking at a radicalized group and they're saying, okay, we got a shit ton of cash and we got a bunch of programs. What company or NGO wants to sign up? We'll give you money. Stop this shit. Y'all got to think. There's a lot of stuff happening around y'all right now. So authorities arrested a self-identified incel student at University of Arizona after evidence on social media surfaced of his planned mass attack. His post included common manosphere terminology such as referring to men and women as Chads and Stacys, and also directly quoting from Elliot Rodger. In June 2023, a former student from University of Waterloo, Canada, again, more of these Canadians. Yo, Canadians are crazy. You got to understand that, bro. Entered a gender studies class and stabs his professor and two female students. The attack took place during Pride Month and is believed by investigators to be a hate-motivated incident related to gender expression and gender identity. In 2023, the United States again broke its record for mass shootings in a year, and there is no indication that 2024 will be different. As individuals spend more time online and are continually exposed to increasingly radical content and violent content, we can expect this trend of online to offline violence to continue. So we're not going to get into the gun violence and misogyny, right? Because then it just goes on and goes on and goes on. But you guys can understand that these people are really putting some stuff together to destroy the red pill. Now, do I agree with some of the stuff they got going on? No. But do I understand where they're coming from and how they're scaling this all together? Absolutely. And do a lot of these pill poppers fall into the spaces? Yes. Is this something that a lot of red pills should be taking seriously? Absolutely. If the state is involved, you should be taking this seriously. They're not playing with y'all, okay? These reports, hundreds of thousands of dollars are spent for these reports to be made. And somebody up the top is reading them, no matter how ridiculous they sound, right? Somebody up top is reading them. And they got access to that. What access do these red pillers got? They got nothing. They just been crying online. I hope this helps you guys realize how truly powerless you guys are. You brought this on yourselves. You're powerless. We've been sitting here telling y'all you can actually go get real power. None of y'all want to talk about that, though. Nobody wanted to have that conversation. But the women, they know what real power looks like, and they're using it against you. So congratulations. This is what real power looks like. Now watch all these men cry about it. Let's start with MTR, because MTR just had the funniest reaction to it I've ever seen. Let's get to it. Hold up.
An individual write-up specific to me. The real MTR, the real mediocre tutorials and reviews. That's how you know that they did little to no research on me, or they just looked at the titles and the thumbnails and made their decision. Because nobody, literally nobody, even the scammers that hit me up on my email that are trying to get me to download something so that they can get into my bank account, even those guys in Nigerian shit are not calling me the real mediocre tutorials and reviews. Did you guys use a bot to write this?
No, they're just being very formal, because this is a formal report that $700,000 went into. So, I mean, yeah, at any point in time you've ever went by the real MTR on your website, on your Twitter, on any of your pages, they're going by that. Okay, MTR. So I know you're freaking out, right? Oh my God, they didn't do any research. They're calling me the real MTR. I mean, I don't go by that name. I know I have that name on other places, but I don't go by that name. Yeah, that's still you, though. That's still you. I agree, brother. I agree. You don't just belong on this list. I think you're too soft to be on here. But hey, listen, bro. You got the highest score out of all of them. So clearly they saw something in you. I mean, they saw something.
A black male content creator in his 30s, about to turn 39 in a little while. Your boy still look good, doesn't he? Who engages in reaction videos to viral videos, from clips on sports networks to celebrity news. His discussions mainly revolve around demeaning the subject in the video, especially if it pertains to women. Now, what's interesting about that statement right there is that they chose to utilize a picture from this video right here. The title of it is right here if you want to take a look at that. And within the video, the woman is demeaning men. But see, within their write-ups, they only call out my response to her demeaning statements.
Do you know why, MTR? Do you know why? It's because they know how to organize. MTR, you've been in this space for how long? You've made how much money? What, all these consultations off of these reaction videos? Where is your real world response? You're sitting there whining. Oh, you see, you notice how they didn't highlight what she was saying. Where is your real world response to that? Where is your funding? You got a big network, I'm sure. You got other content creators. You guys are all making money. Where's your why don't you guys come together, organize, pool your resources together, and go petition for a program to combat this? You're sitting here crying. Well, why did I talk about this crazy lady? Because nobody's fighting to talk about the crazy lady. That's the problem, MTR. So now all of a sudden shit is getting real because these feminists not playing with y'all. Now y'all saying, well, who's going to protect us? I thought that was your job. Wasn't it your job to protect these men? So all of a sudden y'all getting attacked and there's nobody to protect you? Really? You don't say. It's almost as if you would have spent that time, that attention, and the money that you were getting into real world, tangible solutions that could actually protect you like these women are doing, maybe you wouldn't have this problem. But no, this is what I mean. A lot of these red pillars are selfish. They can't organize. They can't do shit. And I'm not saying this about MTR specifically. I'm just saying comparison as a whole. Because again, you guys can't forget the red pill and feminists, they're just two sides of the same coin. All right. But like, listen, they're two different sides. Okay. But they have the exact same mentality. Why is the men sucking so hard at this, but the women are succeeding? I don't know. Right. So again, this gender war might go to the women because men are not organized. M. Dot, shout out to you for the $10 super chat. Let's get a dub in the chat for M. Dot. M. Dot says, Myron first came into the manosphere as a fitness / PUA guy. Facts. That's almost always the easiest entryway these guys get into these spaces. But he says, as I recall, he was still active in the DHS up until he started the pod. What are the chances he was sent to gather intel on the space? What are the chances he was sent here to further radicalize the space, to put a spotlight on it? We don't know, all right, because we still don't know the circumstances surrounding his termination, as you guys want to put it. So we don't know, right? He was still working with the feds up until then. It's funny how Homeland Security is the one funding this entire operation. Now, in all reality, do I personally think that Myron is somehow, the mole? No, I would much rather think that Rollo Tomasi is a snitch. I think he's a snitch. I think it's him, right? I'm more likely to think Rollo is a snitch than Myron. But again, we don't know. I don't think Myron. He wasn't that high up in the totem pole. I'm gonna tell you right now, he wasn't that high up in the totem pole with Homeland Security. So he wasn't. It wasn't like that. But I won't be surprised if Rollo's on the payroll. Rollo's an ultimate hater. All right, y'all saw the stat. He spent more time criticizing other red pillars than the feminists. That's why he got a beta male score. Okay, because he was over here fighting with other men like a little girl. That's why he got the beta male score. All right, so he's the mole, if anything else. Tony, shout out to you for the 5. Tony says, "Sup, Duke? I'm disappointed in Lucario because Jack and Stack did a reaction video of Lucario cold approaching in the street, and it's cringe." This is why, listen, your heroes will always disappoint you, okay? Listen, Lucario, I haven't really heard. There were some people who sent me emails to expose him or whatnot, but when I looked at his content, there wasn't really much. I'm like, okay, it seems really, basic, whatever, right? Nothing really. It doesn't seem like he's like outright just lying to people or anything like that. But again, a lot of these, what do you call it? What's that guy? Alpha Male Strategies. He also had a tape out there where he was supposed to cold approach, right? And wasn't it a live stream? He had a live stream where he was supposed to cold approach some random girls out there. And we saw him get cold feet. I wonder if I can find that video. We saw Alpha Male Strategies. Yeah, the guy who's teaching you guys how to fuck them hoes to sleep. Him, that guy, right? He couldn't approach girls in the street. He didn't even, bruh. He was like, oh, you see these white girls over here? I'm gonna go talk to them. He was going up to talk to them, and he was staring at the camera the whole time. The girls walked right past him. The girls walked right past this nigga. That shit was hilarious. I'm gonna find that video. But I'm not surprised Lucario did the same thing, okay? First of all, cold approaching is not for everybody. You really got to just be you, all right? And most of these guys, they not them.
Only call out my response to her demeaning statements.
I ain't never seen a man that I fucking need. You're all replaceable. Don't ever get too comfortable and don't ever think otherwise. You're a guest in this household and you can be kicked out just as quickly as you were welcomed in.
I just get so confused when I see these ladies that are using filters, a ton of makeup, drawn on eyebrows, fake eyelashes, and where you can still see the glue at the top of their head for hair that is not theirs. So confidently come on the screen and talk shit about men.
That's where you fucked up, MTR. Instead of you going after what she was saying and hypocrisy and what she was saying, you attacked her looks. You went personal. Right off the bat, you were being petty. This is what they're talking about. You can't cry, MTR, when this was you. Like, again, even when women do shit like this online, this is TikTok women. Who fucking cares what she thinks? I'm actually being dead ass serious. Who fucking cares what she thinks? Why are y'all so worried about this? I'm a man. I'm not threatened by what she says because I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, scroll up. Let's keep scrolling. Why are y'all feeling so threatened that you have to make content out of this? And then the first thing you do is go after, oh, look at her weave, look at her makeup, look at her lip, look at all. Nigga, you're doing this. Listen, the first thing I'm gonna say, hey, bro, she actually kind of cute. There it is, Duke the Simp at it again. Hey, she fine as hell. What you mean? How you look at a woman like this? And, oh, she fake hair, her eyebrows, too much makeup. I'm like, listen, I'm looking at this. I'm like, hey, she fine as hell, bro. Let me holler at that. Them box braids looking so sexy. What we doing, mama? What's this? What's going on, right? But again, I'm just saying, just being real with you, bro. This is why. This is why things happen to you. Okay, you're going after her looks when you could have just been, you could be just criticizing the content, or you could have just ignored it because that's what most normal people would do. But you want content, right? And you're definitely not leaning into the red pill, right? You wanted this. This is what happens when you want something that bad. Congratulations. This is good luck. Yo, Oscar with the 5. Shout out to you. Oscar says, do you think YouTube will start banning RP content for good? Yes, that is coming down the pipeline. Starting with Fresh and Fit. That's going to happen with Fresh and Fit, and it's going to cascade down with a lot of these channels. Now, I'm not saying they're not going to stay on Rumble. Rumble's going to have them, and we're still going to clown you off of Rumble too. Don't worry about it, all right? You guys will be gone off of YouTube, but you will hold a special place in Rumble for a bunch of losers, all right? We'll still clown you there. Listen, just because you get kicked out of YouTube don't mean we can't, still have fun on YouTube. We just going to have fun without y'all niggas. That's it, all right? But, yes, they're gone. They're going to get gone. A lot of these other channels are going to get got. YouTube is cleaning up. You guys got to understand it's a different era. Get used to it. That's it. And if you guys aren't used to it, you will fail. You will stagnate. You will die. Red pill content is dying, okay? I mean, it's transforming into politics, but it itself as an entity, it's dying. It's becoming more political now. That situation is a lot harder to kill. All right, because those Republicans got serious political backing, okay? So that's hard to take out. But the red pill, that's easy to take out. That's why a lot of these guys are shifting into politics now, right? So, yeah, I won't be surprised, though.
How dare you? How dare you have the lack of decency to come up here and to talk about men as if men are inferior to you? What they're banking on is that anyone who's a decision maker is not going to go and research all of this. The real MTR attracts hundreds of thousands. Thank you very much. Put respect on my name. Via conflated titles. Yeah. Exaggerated thumbnails. Okay, those two are accurate. Listen, it's the content game, baby. The algorithm is a motherfucker, right? You got to do things. I consider myself a media public, right? Like I publish things. So you got to do things in order to attract eyes, okay? Because if you don't do that consistently, the algorithm just deranks you, delists you. Whatever. I will eat these too, all right? I pop off on my titles and my thumbnails. And above all, content that promotes manosphere, which I've not said that I am a part of, and demeans women. Now, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but when they determine how they give you this male supremacy score, they've only utilized the top 10 videos on your platform as a method to quantify everything. Now, let's say that the top 10 videos on my platform have 1 million views each, which is not true, by the way. But if it was, it'd be 10 million views. You know how much views that I have on my channel right now of all of my publicly available videos? Almost 300 million. So the data that you use to establish me is less than 3% of the total.
Oh my God. See, MTR, this is why this is weird. All right. You're over here arguing about the specifics of views. Oh, but my views. You guys said I get thousands. I actually get hundreds of thousands of views. Your metrics are wrong, bro. Shut the fuck up. You're sounding desperate. Listen, thousands, hundreds of thousands. You're still. Is it not true what they're saying though? Is it not true? Whether it's thousands or hundreds of thousands, now you're just nitpicking. All right. And when you start nitpicking, we know you're losing the argument. Do they got something or do they not got something? That is the question. Baby Jesus 1999 with the 2, shout out to you, says, Myron, I know it was you, Fredo moment coming soon. Hey, it might be Myron. All right. There's a snitch on our midst. Okay. We don't know who it is. I think it's Rolo. Y'all might think it's Myron. We don't know. But there's definitely a snitch out here. We got to be careful. All right. Yo, Hans Franco, shout out to you for the 2. Hans says, Myrona, it sounds like Corona. Myrona has been hiding in plain sight all along. Y'all really think Myron's y'all think he's the informant? Wait, whoa, let's do a poll right now. I'm going to put up a poll in the chat. Don't worry about it. I'm going to put up a poll in the chat. Okay, look out for that. But I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Y'all got to tell me, who do y'all think is the mole? Who's the confidential informant? Because they did say they're speaking to somebody. So do you think it's Fresh and Fit? particularly Myron, or do you think it's I think it's Rolo. Maybe y'all don't. I think it's Rolo. He's the biggest hater out there. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, I'm gonna put the poll up. Let me keep playing this video.
Amount of views that I have on my channel. There is not a statistician on this planet that would say that the way that you guys have gathered data for your bullshit score makes any sense, but I digress. Additionally, the real MTR advertises different social media platforms aimed to get viewers to his personal site, mtarmy.com. This is actually not true. I am not aiming to get folks to go to this website at all. I created it over a year ago just
My nigga, what are we doing, bro?
as a place that people can just go to see additional information about me, but it's really not my goal. That's why I don't advertise it. But I
Come on, MTR. It's at the description of your page, bro. You're advertising, even if you're not advertising, everybody's going to your website.
am now advertising where the MT Army will reside. Again, link down in the description box below. For example, which allows visitors to schedule personal consultations and join a newsletter, an army. MT Army. It's a play on words. In March 2024, at the time of writing, he had 682,000 subscribers. A 7.4% increase in subscribers suggests that the real MTR is the shit. I'm just kidding. They didn't write that. Is able to attract viewers through his content and further advertising his follower base as an army. See, what they're trying to do is to weaponize this army shit as if I'm creating an incel army that hates women, and he's creating an army in order to be able to do that, further creating a brotherhood and influence within his community. So anyway, the report begins to go into this part right here, where essentially they're trying to sum up what I contribute to and why I'm ranked number 2 in doing this. And you'll just see here the propaganda. It's so crazy. From hate online to offline violence, the manosphere unabashedly thrives on the endorsement and glorification of violence. I'll just stop right there and I will stop reading, because please, somebody pull out any piece of content that I've ever said that glorifies violence. The danger of the incompetence of the authors and the writers to incorrectly surmise what it is that we talk about over here is crazy. And of course, because the DHS is funding this, they are then connecting this to school shooters and extremists.
Yo, this is why you got to stop talking about these pill poppers, bro. You need to stop talking about these pill poppers. Stop even leaning into their content. You got a solid base. Why do you even need to talk about red pill shit, bro? Like, you don't talk about violence, okay? You are being lumped in here along with the other guys that have no problem doing that. That's the problem, okay? You're catching strays. Right? So they're gonna lump you in with school shooters, okay? Why are you worried now? This whole time. These reports have been out there for a minute, bro. This whole time. Now all of a sudden we're worried about it. Okay. I'm glad y'all are finally waking up.
Such as Elliot Rodger, who became an incel deity in these online communities. Let me just be abundantly clear. If you guys are new to what it is I do not support violence at all. I support self-defense. I support protecting your community, protecting your family. I support your Second Amendment rights to protect you, yourself, your family, your relationships from evil people, from evildoers. This doesn't represent anything that I stand for, but the sheer incompetence is ridiculous. The last part that I wanted to talk about is, and I touched on this a little bit earlier, is the ads that they've been running on my channel for their approved partners. Now, I've taken a look at some of these platforms, and I'll tell you what, the first one I looked into, I'm not going to go into specifics about it. Literally, the first video on their homepage is a whole bunch of men standing in a circle, holding hands. And the first thing that I thought about is that what we're watching or what they are approving is within a feminist's mind where men need to be in order to improve themselves. These were very passive looking men. These were very effeminate looking men. These are not masculine, strong looking men, which makes me go back to the thought that these are the images that they want to project onto men today. And apparently this is an organization that has set the standards in our day-to-day of free speech of what men should be looking at. And if you do not abide by their thought process of what men should be looking at, you are by definition misogynistic. What I want these organizations to understand is that coming across as pro-man doesn't mean that you are anti-woman. I think decades-long brainwashing of anti-male sentiment on the backs of when a patriarchy actually existed is why you are having so much negative consequences.
Bro, how about you actually put your money where your mouth is and fight this bullshit, huh? Come up, go fund your own organizations. Y'all have the power to do it. Stop crying. Why are we crying? Oh, now you're not even gonna turn this into a little speech. Oh, this is why we have to fight. This nigga turned to Abraham Lincoln all of a sudden, bro. Shut your ass up. Nigga, we ain't go put all that money you've been making and into something serious and go combat this. I don't want to hear this speech. I don't want to hear this. Hey, yo, chat. I found a video of alpha male strategies. Guess who covered it? John Anthony Lawsuit covered this shit, bro. We're gonna see alpha male strategies completely bomb on the approaching girls. Okay, and this guy teaches game online, which is crazy to me. But we're gonna watch that, and then we're gonna get into Rollo Tomasi's response because I just had to see this video, Chad. I had to see this.
This one right here in the back doesn't do shit. Let's rewind. And then I took this clip from some other dude making commentary, and the other dude goes off. And I'm just gonna let some of that play because it's kind of hilarious. But let's take a look here. Actually, let's start it from just so you can see. He's pumping it all up. Ready?
Let's get some snow bunnies. I tell y'all what. The next bad bitch y'all see me, I'm gonna get it.
The next bad bitch I see me, I'ma get it. I'll tell y'all what. Okay, so he's building it up. Let's see how he handles this situation.
I tell y'all guys what, we'll cut it back on if we get lit back tonight. We're gonna dip out right now. Hold on. We got a few snow bunnies coming. Hold on, let's see what's going on. I'm gonna let you get on them, baby. You get on. Watch it. Watch baby get on.
Hey, they just walk right past. Nothing happened. Nothing happened, bro. Like, y'all need to stop. Hey, go touch grass. Stop buying courses from these bozos, bro. All right, let's get into Rollo's response to this bullshit.
Rollo Tomasi, known as the Rational Male, is a white man in his 50s, 56, thank you very much, who resides in Nevada with his wife. Las Vegas, be specific, people.
You want them to put, so you just, bro, you know how easy you're making it to find you? They said Nevada. He's like, no, actually, it's Vegas. Come find me, bro. You're an idiot, Rollo. You're an idiot. I mean, we know who you are already, but like, still, it's just crazy that you're just doxing yourself to prove a point.
Content primarily features him seated and discussing various topics related to the manosphere. Okay, they're accurate. A prominent advocate of the red pill ideology. Well, the fact that you're even calling it an ideology in the beginning here, it leads me to believe you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, because I don't even, you know how that bothers me.
It's not an ideology. It's a praxeology. That's Rollo. That's why he's smirking so bad.
Okay. Tomasi distinguishes himself by opposing tradcon influencers and extensively delving into the concept of hypergamy. Okay. Tomasi's videos often critique and scrutinize figures within the same community. Notable instances include criticisms of individuals like Jordan Peterson, yes, Matt Walsh, yes. Apart from his online presence, Tomasi has authored several books from his online presence. Tomasi's authored several books on intersexual relationships, solidifying his. It's almost as if they had AI writing this. Like if you say, copy.
No, nigga, you can't read. For all them books you're writing, you still can't read, bro. They're calling you a hater. That's what they're saying. You're the biggest hater on these red pill streets. I think you're the mole. I mean, the chat doesn't seem to think so. I think you're the mole. I've never seen somebody hate on the community they started so much. Like, that's crazy to me.
AI, write me a description or profile of Rollo Tomasi. This is probably what you would get. Okay. The Realms of the Manosphere. His first blog began in 2011, and he released his first book in 2013. I would figure that copy AI would get that. His content.
Bro, they watch your content. Of course, they're going to get the dates right. You can't stop bragging about it.
And which heavily emphasizes red pill ideology and hypergamy. You wouldn't even, if that was the case, you wouldn't be using the term ideology. Has garnered significant popularity. Despite his high standing in these aspects, his channel's score is tempered by a low ranking in female dishonesty. By who? Who's doing this ranking? Due to the perceived lack of discussion on his particular subject. What the fuck is that? Like, what English are you using? Like,
they're using red pill English, Rollo. They're using your language. You should know better what they're talking about. We were able to figure it out. Why can't you figure it out? KS shot you for the 5. KF says, Myron was a former Homeland Security agent. He knows what's coming. Who knows, but he might be undercovers. Some of y'all are saying Myron might be it. I'm thinking it's Rollo. Listen, Myron, I would believe, got fired for sure. All right. And I can't say nothing about that right now. But listen. I can tell you right now, he definitely. I don't think he's the agent. I think it's Rollo. It gotta be Rollo. It gotta be Rollo. But I might be wrong. Maybe it is Myron. Maybe this is all part of the Matrix, right? Maybe this is all part of the Matrix to go ahead and shut everything down. Maybe Myron was the op all along. He was playing the ultimate chess. While we out here trying to take him out, Myron was playing the ultimate game. We don't know. I doubt it, but there's a lot of coincidences here. There is. Shout out to M. Dot with the 5. M. Dot says, what are the chances FNF addresses this report on the next live stream? I hope so, because Myron's got a lot of explaining to do, and they better do a call-in show. They got to do a call-in show. Because Myron, you're going to have to explain this. Are you responsible? Did you see this coming? Huh? Who's the fucking mole, Myron? We're relying on your Homeland Security expertise. You're a special agent. Just exactly how and why did you get fired? You know how you brought up the receipts on Daisy? Can you bring up the receipts on yourself on how you got fired? At least so we know for context, so we know you're not an agent. Can you bring all that up? Because your backstory is seeming a little too suspicious right now. And I hope they address it. I think they won't. And if they don't address it, that might actually be suspicious. If Myron doesn't address it, that might actually be suspicious. I'm being real. Right? If they don't do it, it's like, okay, what are y'all hiding from? Why wouldn't you talk about this, Myron? So let's watch out for that. Let's watch out for that. Glassy Eye shot to you for the 2. Glassy Eye says, Pearl trying to get a scouting job with Drake. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, Kosher Mouse Club, shout out to you for the $20 super chat. Let's go ahead and get a dub in the chat for Kosher. Shout out to you for the $20 super chat. Says the documentary on the takes of the the documentary on the takes he's on Hulu at 12 a.m. U.S. time. The one with the chef prosecutor. Hope you're well, Duke. Shout out to you. Documentary on the takes his Hulu. You got to explain what that means. What documentary? Wait, do you know what's going on? Do you know what's going on with this investigation? What are we? The chief prosecutor? Holy shit! I gotta get a Hulu now. I gotta figure out what's going on. I gotta give me a Hulu account. It's on at 12 a.m. U.S. time. This is interesting. M Dot with the 5. Shout out to you. M Dot says FNF are doing a live stream now with Rollo Sartain in the studio. Myron's not there. Wait a minute. What? Hold up. They are, chat. Yo, chat, they are.
The weight. Perfect fucking example right there. Because there's something that's mitigating between there. So it's like, what are you down to? Are you DTF? Are you down to fuck or are you not down to fuck? And it's like, so when it's a mystery, like we've got
like, hey, they know they're being investigated by the feds, right? They know this is happening. And yet they all gathered together on a podcast, right? And you know what it reminds me of? Y'all remember that was it Appalachian or whatever it is? I forgot what it was. It was that big meeting where a bunch of mobsters came together and they got caught because a cop was randomly passing by and they just saw this random house filled with a bunch of expensive Cadillacs. So the cops came out, started taking out license plates of that. The mafia bosses inside, they knew or they saw the cop, writing down the license plate numbers of these Cadillacs. So these mafia bosses, I'm talking about like powerful men, took off running like common criminals in all directions out of the house. Cops were chasing them. They called for backup. It was a whole scenario. And that's when people started to uncover that there was a thing called a mafia, a mob, La Cosa Nostra, right? There was a real thing because of that situation. You're being investigated, all right? Most of these people are on that hit list right now. And all those people are gathered, at least a majority of them, in one room. I mean, they're just doing the work for these guys at this point, right? They're just doing the work for them at this point. It's ridiculous. Let's continue, Rolo.
an 8.
Oh, and you're right. Myron isn't there. Myron isn't there. Why isn't Myron there? Yo, chat, you guys might be right. He might be the mole. He might actually be the mole. Why isn't he on this podcast? Is he reporting to somebody right now? Hold up. Why isn't Myron here?
I would never get it.
Why is it just fresh? What is going on? We know for a fact you don't give a shit about us. Yo, chat. Hey, you might be onto something. Maybe he's sick. Well, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're sick, right? He might be sick. I don't know. But that is suspicious because he was there defending Fresh with Daisy, right? He was there. He was all over the place, right? But now, all of a sudden, you got to let Mike, I'm going to talk your ass off, Sartain, take his spot of all people. There's a huge investigation out by Homeland Security, his former company, and Myron's not there. I don't know. Something's wrong. You might be onto something, chat. I was wrong. Maybe it's not Rolo. Rolo might just be a hater. He might just be a genuine hater, bro. That's crazy. That's a good point. Yo, Moody with the 5 says, didn't Rolo dox 50 people at the 21 convention? Yeah, he did. He says Anthony Johnson said that's what started the beef. He did. Rolo's the one that he called in the New York Times reporter, Nellie Bowles. He called her in. And she was trying to get information on everybody there. And then Rolo tried to pretend he didn't do it. But yeah, it was Rolo because he wanted more shine.
8th grade English level doesn't even write this bad. Okay. In terms of subscribers, Rolo Tomasi experienced a modest growth on his channel in November of 2023 and had 218,000 subscribers. Yes, because I've been doing this with Pat Campbell since 2018. It's not significant. Okay. I've been doing this a long ass time. You know how long it took me to get to 100,000 subs? I got to I was on Fresh and Fit when I did. It was March of 2021 as I finally got to 100,000 subs. So from 2018, thereabouts, 2018 to March of 2021, that's how long it took me to get 100,000 subs because I don't buy subs. I don't buy followers. I don't buy likes. I don't do this because I'm a fucking YouTuber. I do this because I think it's necessary. I want to have the conversations. And yes, is it a good advertising for my book? Yes, it is.
Bro, you've been at this since 2013. You're a fucking YouTuber. Stop lying to yourself.
Because I'm an author and I like engagement because that gives me ideas to write another book. Thank you. So my modest growth up to 218,000 subscribers. And by March 2024, this number had increased to 221,000. I'm at 222 right now.
Yo,
This consistent
yo, I'm sorry, Rolo. Are you crying because they said that you experienced a modest growth? Is this why you're crying? Your ego can't let it go. I told you, this nigga's ego is so high up there. It's so high up there. He couldn't let the go. Like, what do you mean, my modest growth? Okay, I didn't buy subscribers, if that's what you're asking. That's why it was so modest. Okay, I know it wasn't as radical as some of these other guys, but still, I'm still relevant. Shut up, Rolo. You and your little modest growth. Yo, shout out to Kosher with the $20 super chat. Let's get another W in the chat for Kosher. Kosher, shout out to you. Kosher says, yes, 12 a.m. ABC production on Hulu, Crab Crawler in it too. I gotta check it out. I'm gonna get a Hulu account. I'm gonna get a Hulu account right now, actually. You get that set up. I gotta see what you're talking about. Who's on there, bro? Like, what's going on?
Following suggests sustained interest in his expertise on red pill philosophy and intersexual dynamics within the manosphere. This is precisely what I would expect an AI bot to describe me. Now, I wish I didn't call it up, but if you go and there's another profile that is on Aaron Clary. When I get Aaron in here, we'll go through this in a bit more detail. But the fact is that I'm on this list, and I'm going to show you this list. I got a ranking here, and I got to put the ranking up now. Let me see if I can superimpose this for you. This is my ranking. I almost feel like I won an award, except for this is actually serious. So this was from the report here. Sandman's at the top of the freaking list there. Sandman, to my knowledge, Sandman doesn't show his face on any of his videos, right? So they look at this and they say, so this, by the way, is their report, or this is what they're doing is they're trying to prove work here. So the Diverting Hate organization has done this. Let me get serious here real quick. Diverting Hate does this, is they will, through Twitter and through YouTube, they have basically throttled my subscribership, which is kind of stupid, because if you know anything about the algorithm, like I'm sure YouTube won't care whether or not I get more subscribers or I don't. They only care about individual videos, right? They only care. There's only three things that the YouTube algorithm really cares about. That's impressions, click-through rate, and audience retention. Those are the only those are the three most important things that the algorithm cares about. Okay, it doesn't care about subs, it doesn't care about likes, it doesn't care about comments. I'm happy. Thank you for commenting. Please do, because that's actually, I like that engagement, right? But likes, comments, subscriberships, those are what's known as vanity metrics. And
bro, you're high. Those metrics count a fuck ton. That's why we at the start of every video or towards the end of every video, we're always asking, like the video, because likes helps you in the algorithm. Rolo, you're coping. Your channel's losing relevancy and you know it. Likes do matter. So do comments. People who are commenting on your channel, that matters, because it shows YouTube people are engaging with your video. People love what's going on and they're engaging with it, so they promote you higher. If there's no comments, there's no likes, you don't get anywhere. What are you trying to, now you're trying to rewrite the importance because your channel's really losing relevancy? You can't do that.
If the young children that work at, or that are putting together this Divert Hate NGO, knew anything about the algorithm, they would be looking at views. They would be looking at individual videos. They would not be looking at individual channels. They would be looking at those videos. So when they are throttling back and redirecting my traffic to, let's see, I'll call this up here in a second, but they have been redirecting my traffic to two places. One is Justin Baldini, or Baldoni, whatever that guy's we are man enough. That's the positive masculinity message that they think is healthy, and that if they redirect traffic there, that all the people who are searching me out, because there's so many people searching me out, right, that they'll get that instead. In fact, what they've done is they've taken taxpayer dollars to buy ad space on this channel. So if you're watching the replay of this and you see a commercial here and it redirects you to We Are Man Enough or Justin Baldini's channel, you'll know why. That's a direct result of their intervention between Divert Hate and a cooperation with YouTube, which, by the way, is a civil rights offense right there. So if anybody
now it's a civil rights issue. You see these victims? You're a victim. Now it's a civil rights issue because an NGO is using state funds to redirect people from watching your videos to somebody else's, your ops. That's a civil rights issue? Really, Rolo? Hey, okay, the whole time you've been in a manosphere, you've been calling yourself the Red Pill Godfather. How have you taken care of your family? Huh, Mr. Godfather? How have you taken care of your family? Your family is about to get destroyed by a bunch of feminists. How are you taking care of your family, bruh? Now you sit here talking about, well, I'm losing views and relevancy. When you were riding high, you couldn't organize, even as a Godfather. Now you're over here crying. What like, come on, bro. Like, what is this? Uno, shout out to you for the $2 super chat. He says, Daisy wants to come on. Why? What are you talking about? Like, what? That's not even a relevant show. Like, why to talk about what? What are we talking about, bro? Like, y'all just want me to talk about Daisy so bad. Like, this is get her name out your mouths, bro. Like, goddamn, y'all. The Fresh and Fit sent you. Is that what it is? Is that what this is? Huh? Come on, bro. Let's stay on topic for the show, please. Can we? I know y'all want me to get into the controversy. Don't worry, we got announcements coming soon, but not right now. I told y'all in my last video, whenever Daisy makes an appearance here, it's probably something serious that has to do with the lawsuit. So other than that, why would we? What the fuck? What are we doing? Like, you stop it.
Wants to pick up a case here. I'm sure this is an infringement of my First Amendment rights. Okay. Now, is it on YouTube? Sure it is. But this isn't YouTube. This is a non-governmental organization that is directly fucking with my right to say what I want to say. Simple as that. So now we've got Divert Hate. We've got YouTube involved. And by the way, YouTube's not the only culprit. Twitter is also, Elon Musk is also involved in this too. Because if you read the report, which we will in the midweek show, you'll see exactly what the mechanics are behind this. But essentially what they're doing is, the reason why they call it Divert Hate is because they're trying to divert my traffic to Justin Baldini or Baldoni. And we are man enough. Man bun. I've talked about Baldoni or whatever his name is in a few times. You want to talk about like boomer masculinity? You want to talk about like hippy dippy, Brazilian power crystals and sunning your bunghole? That's this dude. Okay. And they're also sending my traffic off to what is it, the Good Man Project, which is a name I haven't heard in a long time. But if you look up a video and it's called Dear Woman, that's the Good Man Project. So they're diverting my traffic to those approved masculinity sites because they are the only arbiters to let you know what misogyny is, what being a masculine supremacist is. They're the only arbiters of this, and the DHS is funding this with your tax dollars to the tune of $700,000.
Oh, you surprised about that number, Rolo? Does that sound like a really big number to you? $700,000? You guys have made millions grifting off these pill poppers, more than enough money to combat this nonsense. But all of a sudden, look how he's got his arms crossed. You could tell he's worried. Hey, you guys need to be as worried as I am, okay? They're using taxpayer funds, and they're trying to attack us. Please help us. We can't do this alone. We need more incel help. No. Don't run to your incels now. They've been empowering you for years. Who's going to protect them? Why are you crying? Now it's state-sponsored. Y'all want to be worried about it, huh? Yeah, Rolo, come on. Don't act like you didn't see these reports out there. When they were going after Pearl, you said nothing. And they went after Pearl in 2023. Now in 2024, it's all y'all niggas' turn, and you guys are crying. Go figure.
To basically throttle my traffic, throttle Aaron Clary's traffic. They would have throttled Fresh and Fit's traffic, but they were already demonetized, which is an interesting twist and plot twist in all of this. Because if Myron and Fresh were monetized, would they then be a target of Divert Hate? Because that says to me that they only care about taking money away from myself, taking money away from Fresh and Fit, taking money, and Pearl was on the list as well, taking money from these big creators. Pearl's demonetized. They didn't go after her. Fresh and Fit were demonetized by the time they initiated this program. I was not. And so, yes, I have most definitely seen a decline, or actually, I should say a flat line in my subscribership.
Oh, so the program works. The program actually works. So, yeah, it didn't work on Fresh and Fit because they were already done so. But with Raul Tomasi, he actually is admitting that, yo, I'm getting throttled. I'm not getting as much views anymore. Whoa, they not playing with y'all. These feminists are not playing with y'all. Shout out to Lay with the $5 super chat, says, please stay focused on this great topics. Don't let her ruin your stream because Daisy's in the chat. Oh, Daisy's in the chat. Shout out to Daisy. No, Daisy's a guest in the chat. She could be here. I mean, what's wrong with? Yeah, no, it's that Uno guy. I think he's the one that wants me to talk about Daisy. That's the one that wanted to do it. Guy, I can only see the starred chat right now. I can't see any of the chat, so I'm not really looking at that right now. But if Daisy in the chat, shout out to Daisy. Thank you for the support. But nah, like we got to stay on topic though. I do agree with that, Lay. We got to stay on topic. All right, we're talking about the downfall of the manosphere, okay? Not other drama. We got more Daisy topics to talk about way in the future, not right now.
On this channel, how do I know that? Because I also have the Access Vegas channel, and I also have I have my Clips channel as well, which people are still subscribing to. The Access Vegas channel went from, I mean, we've had it for about a year now, but it jumped from about 4,000 to about 7,000 in the last, 4 months or so, which is just, it's just a modest incline. We only do it once a week, so I can understand. But again, the subscribership isn't that big a deal, but it is how it's their metric. It's how they're measuring this, because what they're trying to do is say, look, it's working. What we're doing is working. We're limiting these guys' exposure. We're diverting their traffic. We're diverting their message. We're diverting it somewhere else. And look, here it is. It's in the numbers. I'm going to show you those numbers right now. I had them just up here a second ago. So if you look at Sandman's numbers here, and you look at, by the way, MTR is on there as well. Legion of Men. I don't know who that is. Then gosh, how did I get? What am I at? The fourth here? I'm only fourth place.
You're a loser. You're a fucking loser, Rolo. Fourth place. You're the Godfather, and the best you can do is fourth place. What an idiot.
My male supremacy scaled metric, whatever the fuck that means, is an 89 score, which means I'm 1 point above Fresh and Fit Clips, because I guess Fresh and Fit Clips were still monetized when they initiated this stuff. I don't think they are anymore. Maybe they are. Rich Cooper, beat ya. I got one above Rich there, okay? Rich.
Wow, I told y'all he was gonna brag about this. I told y'all, chat, Rolo was gonna, if there's anybody that's gonna be bragging about being on a government top 10's hit list, okay, it's Rolo Tomasi. His ego is that massive. The guy can't help himself. He can't fucking help himself, dude. He has to brag. Oh, look, I'm still better than Richard Cooper. I'm still better than him. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Isn't that great, guys? I mean, I know this is a hit list, and my channel is definitely no longer getting views, but at least I'm better than Richard Cooper and Pearl. I mean, bro, shut up. Rolo, you're losing. And even when you're losing backwards, bro. This is crazy. Like, how are you proud of this? You don't want to be on this list. That's the whole point. Over here, I'm beating Fresh and Fit. Oh, will you look at that? What a fucking egomaniac. Yo, Don, shout out to you for the 2. Shout out to you, says Trollo. Yeah, bro. This guy's an idiot, bro. He's crazy. Don again with the 2. Shout out to you, says Trollo is crying about government after Brittany Fenty. Facts. Listen, after what Brittany Fenty did to him, the Homeland Security is least of his problems. He's still got a lot of questions to answer after that one, bro. We need to know what you were talking about, because you said you still had proof about Lauren Southern and Destiny's baby or Destiny's child. Y'all get what I did there, right? Now, I mean, come on. Rolo, we're still waiting on them proof, dog, because right now it seemed like you lied. You lied about the whole thing. You put up a ruse, bro. You fucked us all up, all right? The whole time it was bimbo ops. It was bimbo ops the entire time. They exposed you. You had no proof whatsoever, but you lied to us. Bro, I couldn't believe that, bro. When the reveal happened, when Brittany put on them sunglasses, bro, I'm just like, damn, bro. damn, she just got cuter. That shit got crazy. I'm telling you, she said, it was me. It was me the whole time. I'm like, damn, bro. Again, Rolo's an idiot, okay? So, of course, he'll brag about this shit.
Just subscriber count. If you look at his subscriber count, he's at 9 when they started in November of 2023. He was at 975,000. Now he's at over 1 million. And that was an increase of only 3.6% or 3.67%. Okay. Now remember, this is a 6-month period because this report came out in March. Now, how did I get a hold of this report? I got a hold of it through my good friend Bex, and I'll explain to you who she is here in a bit. But you had to go digging for this.
Bro, it's not that hard. All right, I got a whole report. Of course, you know, we don't mind. Listen, our channel, we go out of our way to make sure we find the facts where they are. Okay, we'll find it. We don't care where it is. We will find it. Okay, so Rolo, it's not that difficult. We found it. Trust me, it's not that hard. We got the files though. We got copies of it. Okay, and then we'll disseminate those copies all elsewhere so people can also read how fucked you all are. So I mean, come on, man, it's not that hard. Come on, Rolo.
And the moment we made this public, they took it down and they killed their the Divert Hate Twitter account is gone, and everyone associated with this decided that they were going to basically delete their accounts. So you tell me what the fuck is going on. Just Pearly Things. Now they put asterisks by Fresh and Fit, Sandman, and Pearly Things. They did that because those asterisks imply or show that they were monetized. They're no longer monetized when they started. So Pearly Things was at 1.8. Now she's at 1.9. They think this is a victory. Like it's only 8.1%, right? Steph is Cold is on there. Aaron Clary, that's the one I wanted to get to. Sorry, Aaron, I beat you. Aaron Clary's only got a 75 rating on his male supremacy scaled metric. Again,
yo, Aaron Clary, you're a beta. You got some estrogen in your numbers, bro. All right, you got yo at 21 Studios. What happened? What happened, 21? We got to get some estrogen out of your system here. All right, you're at 65. All right, and now listen, Aaron Clary, it just means you're not pill popped enough. You got to pop more pills, bro.
Unclear what the fuck that means. Okay, his sub count was 110, and he only got an extra 10. Actually, he had a better growth than I did during this time.
Rolo
and then 21
only had a 3,000 subscriber growth. Stop comparing everybody to you. Okay, out of everybody here, Rolo, you're the only one they said had a modest growth. We all know what that means. It means it wasn't that drastic. It means your channel's dying. And now all of a sudden you just admitted that you're no longer getting as much views as you used to. I think they've succeeded in destroying you. All right, your channel's losing relevancy all like by the day. And chat, I'm not joking with you. Like, let me pull up his channel real quick. Y'all can see this. Hold up. Let me pull up his channel real quick. He's losing relevancy. Is it the rational male, right? What is this channel? The rational male. Right? We go to his videos. We go to his live stream. All right. Look at this. Chat, look at this. Look at this. Chat, look at this. Look at these numbers, chat. Look at this. You know what's funny? Like look at these. All the videos that have to do with Fresh and Fit, the Access Vegas, they're the ones that they're looking just extra dusty. Look at this. You have 222,000 subscribers, and you can barely get 10,000 views in 8 days. 8 days. Holy shit, yo, I think the campaign is working. Because why is it only on the Access Vegas videos that it looks like Rolo's not doing that well? Look at this. All the Access Vegas are at least at 10K views. So could the feminists, are they targeting these particular shows? Yo, chat, look at it. How is it his normal videos, 30,000 views? When does the Access Vegas, 10,000 views? 10,000 views, 55,000 views. And I'm not saying these are good numbers. I mean, these are decent numbers, but for a channel his size, he should be doing more than this, right? 30K views. This one has 10K views, 30K views, 45K views. Access Vegas, 7,000 views. Even the one where he's using Wes Watson that gets 35,000 views. The next video after that, 8,000 views. But that's an Access Vegas video. Chat, are you noticing a pattern here? I think the campaign that the feds are running on Rolo is working. I think these are the videos they're targeting, the Access Vega ones, right? Because those are the ones that are not doing anything number-wise, except for this one right here. But like this one didn't do good. That one didn't do good. This one went well, but that's because it has Fresh and Fit on it. This didn't do good. That didn't do good either. Whoa. Okay. I'm noticing some things here. That's interesting.
Studios, why they're even on this list anymore is beyond me, because they've been defunct for quite some time. But there you have it. So pertaining to my channel, if you look at this, I was at 218 in November. And now, as of March, when they released this report, I'm at 221. I only increased 1.38% because they were redirecting my traffic. Now, the other thing is I only do these. Every single one of these guys does way more videos than I do. I do this show. I do regularly. I only do one show a week. This show for anywhere between 3 and 5. Okay, let me stop lying. 4 or 5 hours. And that's it. And then my clips channel. And then I've got Access Vegas. That's all I'm doing. So my growth isn't going to ever be isn't going to be comparable to like even Aaron Clary's, right? Aaron Clary had made a good 10,000 more. So they look at those percentages, and those percentages right here, if you have a look at this shit, there you go. If you look at the percentages right here, mine's only at 1.38%. This, by the way, the increase in percentage right here at the very right column there, that's what they're trying to sell the Department of Homeland Security. Look, it's working. We did something. And when you work for an NGO, that's all you really got. You have to make work. You have to prove that you've done something with the 7.
I'm fucking shut up, Rolo. You're telling me you're not even worried about the fact you're on a fucking government-sponsored hit list. You're not even worried about that. You're worried about how much you've grown subscriber-wise. I thought you just said subscriber count don't matter. This guy's got his ego's out of whack, bro. I'm done with this. Listen, I can't listen to Rolo. I can't listen to this guy. I can't. He's annoying. I don't understand. Like, you're worried about your subscribers' growth, nigga. You're on a government-sponsored hit list, watch list. They're actively running psyops on your channel right now, and you're worried about your subscriber growth. Oh my God, Rolo, you got bigger problems. Your ego is fucking out of whack, dude. You got. Oh my goodness, you got bigger problems. Listen, if my channel ended up on some state-sponsored watch list, I'd be more worried about that than how far my subs have gotten. I don't give a fuck about. I'm like, why am I on that list? I'd be making phone calls behind the scenes. I'm making phone calls. I'm like, oh, what's happening? Why am I? Why y'all coming at me? Like, that's what I'd be worried about. You only are worried about, well, see, they got the reason why I gotta explain my sub count is because, listen, I only do one show. Okay, this is all I do it for 5 hours and that's it. Okay, but that's why my sub count isn't growing as fast as these other guys, but I'm still relevant. You're a fucking idiot, Rolo. Who fucking cares? You're on a state-sponsored watch list. You got to worry about that, you moron. Jeez, this guy doesn't get it. Oh my goodness, Don, shout out to you for the 2. Don says, RP can't get you laid, so Black Pill is growing cold as fuck. Listen, I don't think the Black Pill ain't going nowhere. Black Pill they ain't going nowhere. Right? They can grow as far as they can, bro. Y'all need to go out there and touch grass. Stop with this fucking mewing and gonyo angle shit. Okay? We gotta stop it. Go touch grass. And like some of these guys are breaking their fucking legs. They're breaking their legs, chat. Can you believe this? How you're getting Negro surgery? They're breaking their legs so they can get a little bit taller. I mean, that's black pill for you, bro. That's the fucked up mentality. Don, shout out to you for the 2 says that's because our pillars want to see blood. Access isn't. Yeah. Well, but I thought Rolo had the sauce though. But chat, listen, that's what I got for you guys today. I don't want to cover this anymore. Like covering Rolo just it makes my blood boil for some reason. I'd rather drag my nuts to 2 miles of broken glass than sit through another 5 minutes of Rolo Tomasi yapping his gums. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. Okay, yeah, you're not gonna make me. I'm sorry, I won't do it. Like I'm not doing it, Chad. I'm sure some of y'all feel the same. But I do want to go over this poll though, because I want to see where you guys are standing. I think because listen, they did say that there's this organization actively is speaking to a confidential informant right now that's in the manosphere space that's giving them information on how to better gather these data and analyze this data and also pinpoint them to what's really going on around here. So I asked you guys in the chat, who do you guys think was the confidential informant that is feeding the government on these pill poppers? I suggested Rolo Tomasi because in his own little biography they had on him, they said they labeled him as the biggest red pill hater out there. Okay, so it made sense for the biggest red pill hater to also be the biggest mole, right? So let's consult the chat. Or was it Myron, who was a former Homeland Security agent? Now, some of y'all also made it clear that Myron didn't show up to his previous recent shows. Even the one he's doing right now, he's not on there. Mike Sartain is. Right? So you got to ask the question. Everybody's freaking out in the red pill about Homeland Security investigation, and the guy who used to work for Homeland Security has not been around on his own show. Let's consult the chat. What do you guys think? Who is the mole here? Is it Myron Gaines or Rolo Tomasi? And it looks like, holy shit, 64% say Myron Gaines is the mole out of 210 votes. Y'all think Myron's the mole? I might have to be inclined to agree with you because, again, why isn't Myron there at his shows? Like, why aren't you there at your own shows, bruh? Like, they said there was an informant and you not there. Everybody's freaking out about this and you not there. Well, we'll see, chat. Let's see about that. Another person on YouTube, y'all with these names, shout out to you for the 2, says, do we know what year this money was given? That's a good question, actually. I don't know. I can find out, though. I actually could find out. And I'll actually get back to you on that. I actually don't know. But I can find out. I know that they started this back in 2021. So this business has been around. Well, not business. This NGO has been around for about 2 years, maybe 9 months, right? They're located in California. That's about it. I know when they started, but I don't know when specifically they got that money. So that's actually something that we can investigate. We can actually look into it, and then I'll get those answers to you guys. But yeah, that's something to look into. But they've been around for a couple years for sure. They've been around for a while. That's why I'm saying that the red pillars are seeing this as something brand new. We've known they existed for a while now. They've been doing reports quarterly for years, right? Since the past 2 years. So we knew they've been around. Okay. Kosher again with the $20 super chat. Shout out to you. Let's get a dub in the chat for Kosher. Kosher says, Duke, you need you to review that Hulu documentary because many cannot access it even with VPN. I got you. What was the name again? Can you put the name in the chat? Matter of fact, do me one better. Can you email me this and just put your YouTube channel in the chat, right? Put the thing in the chat. I gotta know. I gotta know what exactly you show. You said Crab Walker or something like that. Let me actually go back to the other super chat. Let me see what you said. You said Crab Crawler. Is that the name of the show? I'll check it out. Yeah, for sure. I'll check it out. Shout out to you for the yeah, you know what? I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I got you, bro. I got you. We'll react to it. If it makes sense, we'll react to it. I got you. I'll check it out. Crab Crawler. But shout out to you though. Chat, I appreciate y'all being here. Oh, shit. We got KS at the last minute. KS with the 5. KS says, I think the manosphere content creators might distrust Myron. You think so? You really think Myron's the mole? Y'all for real believe that? Huh. Maybe he might be the mole. He might actually be the fucking mole, Chad. I can see the Red Pill distrusting Myron. Maybe not to the same extent because they need the platform, but there are probably people looking at him a little sus, like, bro, what's going on, right? Maybe, we don't know. We have no idea, but I'm still like, I still think it's Rolo partially, but like y'all are slowly convincing me it might be Myron. Myron might be the confidential informant. John with the 2, shout out to you, says, nigga, you don't even read your emails. You right. You right. No, I do listen, the best way to reach me, email by far, and then everything else later. But I am working on that though, because I do realize that, unlike most people that take this YouTube thing as a full-time gig, okay, it's not a full-time gig for me. So I do have other things I focus on. But if and when I do decide to make this a full-time gig, right, I'll work on those other social media things. Okay, I'll be more streamlined. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. I'm a real world nigga. Well, I live in the real world. I touch grass. I'm not a YouTube guy. Okay, I'm not all the time, but like maybe if I decide to go crazy with it, we'll do some things with social media emails. But emails right now is the best way, hands down. Even though I'm not always on my email because I'm doing other things. Email is I do actually check my email more than any other social media. I'm that type of dude. Like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, yeah. Emails, yeah. You can reach me. You can reach me, guy. I appreciate you, dog. Yo, chat, shout out to you. I appreciate y'all being here. Y'all could be anywhere in the world right now, but you spent the night with dukendon. That means a lot to me, all right? Listen, the manosphere is officially under watch, and a lot of these guys are scrambling like roaches, and I find it fucking hilarious. But let me know what you guys think, okay? Do you think this is the beginning and the end for these guys? Do you think Myron has finally come full circle in his mission to take out the manosphere by his former employer destroying his current one? Y'all let me know in the chat. Let me know how you think. But again, it sucks that we have to do this.